So guys, we're live, guys. We're live. We're live, guys. We're live. We're live. We're live. We're live. Welcome to the show tonight. Welcome to the show tonight. Welcome. So we have so many stuff to talk about. Firstly, we're gonna talk about Cristiano Ronaldo's goal milestone. We're gonna goal milestone. What where does he rank in top tier in football? Is it top three, top five? We're gonna talk about him. So we're also gonna do a little bit about debate because people has been saying this is the goat, it's not the goat, it's the goat. We're gonna talk about it much better. We're also gonna talk about Leroy Sané. Apparently, we are doing like a swap deal for with Bayern, Timo Werner, Arsenal and Christian Pulisic. One of those players will have to go into Bayern Munich to get Leroy Sané in. After that, we're also gonna talk about the top three favorite to win the Premier League title this year. Will it be Chelsea? Will it be Man City? Will it be Manchester United? Or will it be Tottenham Hotspur? We'll talk about that. What's going about top three who's going to get relegated into the relegation battle? And after that, we're going to talk about the favorite, just one favorite to win the Premier League title this year. We'll talk about that. So like the video, guys. Like the video, like that. Make sure you subscribe to the channel, guys. Subscribe, guys. Subscribe, guys. Make sure you subscribe to the channel. Subscribe and make sure you like the video, and subscribe. Subscribe, guys. Subscribe, and also make sure you send in a super chat. Surely listen. Send in super chat, guys. Support your boss. Support us, guys. Support. We'll surely listen. And also, we do a question and answer when we have a time to do it. We'll do a question and answer from the panels or from the people in the super chat. We'll listen to them. We answer their question. We'll do like a report together. So, how has been everybody weekend? For me, my weekend has been good. Enjoying the international matches. Belgium, Germany, England, and everybody were enjoying them. And also, lest I forget, we're gonna talk about Argentina, Brazil. What the heck just happened? Like, what the heck just happened? So we have to have a huge discussion about that too. So Tom, Argentina, Brazil. I was watching the match. After 6 minutes, I saw like spectator came to the. I was like, wait. Is someone just bash into the stadium? And I noticed, and the commentator said, four players lied about their COVID-19 test. Emily Buendia, Emily Martinez, Lo Celso, and Christian Romero of Tottenham Hotspur are the four players being victim of not following the protocol of the COVID-19. So who do you blame? Do you blame the Brazil national team out center, or what do you blame for that? Or is it the player? Because I know when they were the Premier League, because Manchester City goalkeeper didn't travel, Thiago Silva didn't go, Douglas Luiz of Aston Villa didn't go also. I think there's some couple of Brazilian. I think Fred also did not go.
Fred didn't go. Cavani didn't for Uruguay.
Exactly. So I think those kind of countries has a red zone in them. They didn't go. Why on earth did those kind of players go and they know they have this protocol of not going?
Well, really, it's on the Brazilian, football federation. Really, they've let him in the country, have they not? Let's be honest. And then they just go storming on the field before the game's about to get kicked off. I'm sure FIFA will probably get involved and whatnot because it's one of their fixtures, but really weird. I know a couple of the Brazilian players that you've already mentioned have obviously stayed. A couple of other South American players have stayed in England and whatnot. But even with the rules and everything, really, I know it's different whenever you look at it in the world or whatever. But if you're contractually obliged to play for a club, then yeah, you've got them over. You hung over a barrel, really. But when you play for a country, really, I think there should be some sort of lenience. Let's be honest. So long as they've been vaccinated or they've, I don't know, came back with a negative test or whatever, then I really don't see what's the problem.
Because according to what I heard, they said they have to be like 2 weeks before they travel to Brazil. They have to be like vaccinated, COVID-free 2 weeks before they.
Well, then they might as well not even play in the Premier League then for 2 months, if that's the case, really. Because you've got at least a month, you wouldn't be playing in the Premier League because you've got 2 weeks you've got to sit there in quarantine where you've missed 2 weeks of the Premier League, and then you're going to miss another 2 weeks of the Premier League because you're on international duty anyway. So you're missing 4 months there. I'm not being funny. I don't think football clubs are going to pay some of these players, 150, 200 grand a week to do nothing for a month, not even be able to play a game. But I mean, it's on some of the clubs for letting them go. I guess we should have some sort of restraint or something, or put some contract in place. These are the sort of things that need sorting out and ironing out. But I guess it's just the world we're living right now, to be honest.
So is it the lack of commitment from the Brazil National Health Center, or is just the player? Because if you look at the Brazil national team, that should have been corrected before the match starts. Lastly, before the match starts, that's everything should have been ready. Why on earth are they playing the match and they kind of halted the match and never played the match again? What is going on?
Well, I mean, they shouldn't have been allowed in the country then, really, if that was the case.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it shows a lack of what's the word? Sort of like nationality in terms of it, because you basically allowed them in the country for the sake of war, not even being able to play anyway. And then you're going to have the whole trouble because they might not even let them leave. They might not let them leave when it's all done or whatnot at the end of it. When, say, the game or whatever's over, they might have to sit there and quarantine for 2 weeks. And, there's going to be a lot of football clubs involved. There's going to be a lot of, football associations. FIFA will be involved, obviously. But yeah, you can't really deny a fixture from going ahead when it's been legalised, really. It's... In my personal opinion, I think it's a little bit scandalous, considering the fact that you can't get into a country unless you come back negative with a negative test anyway, regardless if you've been vaccinated or not. So I really don't see what the Brazilians have to hold of the Argentinians on that part. But I don't know.
For me, I think it's the lack of planning from the Brazil National Health Center, because if you know this, that was the problem. That should have been halted right before the match start, or like 2 or 3 days before the match start, and let them know you guys are not going to Sao Paulo or whatever they want to play the match in Brazil. Just go back to the hotel or go back to your respective club. Everybody will like, oh, now we know what's going on. But now those 4 players have to go back to England and quarantine for like how many weeks? 2 weeks or 10 days or how many days? Because they're on the red zone. Those are the red list. Buendia, Martinez, Lo Celso, and what's called Christian Romero. So those 4 players now have to be quarantined in their respective club, which is gonna hurt them a lot, because if you know they're gonna travel, why did they even move from their club to their country? Why? Yeah. Because Chelsea did not even allow Thiago Silva to go. They did not allow him to leave at all. He was not able to leave. He was not able to leave. He should have played these matches, but he wasn't allowed to go. So if Thiago Silva wasn't allowed to go, then a lot of the rest of the guys is like, I don't know. The poor planning from the health center is for me is bad, because when a player when you're talking about COVID-19, this is like a very deadly disease in which you cannot take what's called a levity with. So you have the player's health is very important, in which I understand. But even if the player's health is important, the management themselves need to look themselves into the mirror and be like, yes, the player's health is important, but do they really care much about the player? That's what my problem is. Because if they really care about the player, they have to be very careful in the way they kind of organize this stuff together. For me, that's what the problem is, because it's not well properly organized. For me, it's not well properly planned. That's what the problem is at the moment. If it is well properly planned, this stuff won't be happening for me. It will not be happening. It won't be happening for me. So, but I think overall, they should be able to find it. Apparently, I think the match has been suspended till further notice. I don't know when it's gonna be back, but it's been suspended till further notice. No decision has been made yet. We don't know when it's gonna be played. Will it be played back or no? I don't know yet. I don't know when it's gonna be played, because they're qualifying matches. So we have to wait and see. Maybe during the October or November.
The easier way of finding it out, just play at a neutral ground, really. Go and play at a neutral venue.
Where neutral venue would they be able to play it? Because if
America, it's neutral.
Would they be able to travel to America? Because if four players are quarantined, then what?
No, I mean this is what this is what FIFA have to work out. As in,
Mm.
right? Well, will the US government allow 32 players from both teams?
And the
Two
fans and everybody and the
two
fans.
two two managers, fans, or whatnot, or just do it behind closed doors. It's at the end of the day, it's just one match, and then it's done and out of the way, and then you can plan or resolve if there's another game similar to something like this that happens. But no, it should get properly ironed out. But like you said, it should have been properly planned. All of this, I just think it shows a lack of planning really from all organisations. Really, not I wouldn't just say from the Brazilian government or whatnot or federation. I'd say it for all of them that's involved really.
Overall, we'll be following the news and see how we're basically going to pan down in terms of the how long it's going to take them to plan it out. But for me, it should be able to plan that very well because these are the job of the what's called the healthcare representative, just to make sure the players are okay and no issues with them in terms of their health. In terms of their health. So, let's talk about Leroy Sani. Apparently, what I'm hearing is a swap deal happen in January or in the summer. Chelsea will either table Timo Werner, Austin Odoi, or Christian Pulisic to Bayern. And Bayern,
Dreamland,
yeah, and Bayern has said they're ready to they're ready to accept the deal for the Roy Sané to come back to the Premier League. So my question to
dreaming.
you is: who is losing? Is it Chelsea losing or is Bayern losing?
You're dreaming.
Is it dreaming?
Yeah, I think you're dreaming. So, come on.
That's a report I'm seeing though.
Come
That's a report.
on, Sané to Chelsea.
Mm-hmm.
He got his dream move. He wanted to go back to Germany.
Yeah,
And he went
but
to
it's not been playing very well in Germany though. It's not been happy though.
yeah, but yeah. Regardless of if you're playing well or not, if you're back in your native country,
Mm-hmm.
I think he's going to be happy back in Germany from where he grew up and everything. And it wouldn't. Some players obviously like to branch out, and he had the branch out to Man City in England, and then
Mm-hmm.
yeah, I thought he was a good player at City. Not going to lie, but
Mm-hmm.
sometimes I think some players might just miss that home comfort, so to speak, and playing on home soil. I think he's
Mm-hmm.
one of those sort of players who would rather just stick in his own league. This is why you don't see as many Italian players going abroad, for example. Normally, most of the great Italian players normally stay in their own country anyway, with the likes of Pirlo stayed in his country for so many years. Chiellini's never branched out. Bonucci, the lot of them haven't, branched out anywhere. Buffon, etc. So, but rest assured, I think if he did come back to the Premier League, I don't think it would be. It's not the worst move in the world. Let's be honest, going to Chelsea right now. But even if he did go there, I think he's struggling to get in team anyway. With the sort of players you have in them positions,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm not. I just the way I see how he plays. I don't think he's a Tuchel player, to be honest with you.
Mm.
He was never good under like tactical that tactical coach, that tactical manager with Pep. So I don't see how Tuchel's going to
I think
implement
my
that.
problem with Leroy Sané is he has a little bit of attitude in him. That's my
That's
issue.
the thing, yeah. That's another thing.
Mm-hmm.
A bit of an ego, even though he's got nothing to shout about. Let's be honest.
Mm-hmm.
Got a couple of Premier League titles.
Mm-hmm. That's because I'm looking at the deal and I'm shaking my head that how would this work out for me? It's tough though. It's tough because if Leroy Sané wants to move back to Premier League, what is the decision? Is it about emotion? Because it's in Germany, it's playing, but apparently it's not been happening in Germany, especially under Bayern. It's not for me. It's not the lack of playing time. It's getting the playing time it wants. Then what's going on with him? The lack of what's called. I know it's not about playing time, but what is going on with him in terms of he wants to come back to England to do what's in England? That's what I don't know. Because it's not all about playing. Nagelsmann is playing. Maybe if Nagelsmann think, oh, I don't like this person, I want Timo Werner. That is where the problem is. If Nagelsmann wants Timo Werner, that is where they have to speak to Chelsea about.
Mm.
Will Chelsea be able to say, okay, Give us Ganabri, give us Coleman, or give
Oh,
us
you
Leroy
ain't getting
Sané.
Gnabry or Coleman.
Yeah, maybe Coleman.
Coleman's probably more realistic, but
Hmm.
Gnabry, there's no chance in that.
No chance, I know. So one of these players have to leave. Leroy Sané is on high play. He's on he's on high wages at the moment. That is not gonna happen for me.
Mm.
So it won't happen. So I don't know. I wonder how the deal is gonna work out for me. I don't know how. I don't know how.
It's not
How
going to
that
work out. That's why. It's not going to work out.
I'm still confused at the moment because I don't know how it's gonna work out for me. So let me give a shout out. So hey, yeah, you can have a shout out. Don't worry. Hey, how you doing, Anita?
Yeah,
Anita
big up
Neelan.
Anita.
Big up, Anita. How you doing? And also Chronic Matt Debater. I hope I spell your name right. Shout out to you, brother. Shout out to you.
Yeah,
I
big up,
think
big up.
people get it on my speed. God, shout out to you, brother. Shout out to you, man. God, you doing mathematics? Wow, one of my best favorite subjects in college. A shout out to you, brother. Shout out to you, man. Hope you're doing good. I pray Almighty guide you and protect you in whatever you're doing, brother. Keep going. Up to you. Up to you. Keep going. Keep doing whatever you're doing. Mm, we're following you around, okay? I'm gonna give my shout out to you, bro. My shout out to you. Just enjoy what you're doing. Do with happiness, with peace of mind, with enjoyment, bro. Whatever you do, just keep doing it. As long as you're doing with happiness and peace, you will get there, brother. You will get there. So shout out to you,
Mm.
Chronic. Shout out. Shout out. So back to Leroy Sané. Because I watched the Germany match today. He's been saying he wants to play on the left wing or the left wing. He's a left footer. It's mostly like the right wing is better than. Why does he want to play on the left wing? What's going on? He's a right footer. Why does he want to play
Mm.
on the left wing? Okay, it's a typical right footer, a left footer, cut in and shoot. That's it. Why does he want to play on the left wing again?
Yeah,
That,
I
that
don't know.
doesn't it doesn't correlate for me. It doesn't. That doesn't correlate for me because he is a left footer. Why does he want to play? Why does he want to play on the left on the what's called on the left on the left
Yeah,
wing?
they left, yeah.
I don't know. He's a right footer. Just cut in and shoot, and that's it. That's it. So in terms of for me, in terms of Leroy Sané for me, it's not a Leroy Sané for me. It's tough. We have to wait till January or the summer to see what's gonna pan out.
Mm.
Easy for me. Is on high wages at the moment, and I don't think Chelsea will be able to pay him the high wages he wants. The likely player I think we can get is Kingsley Coman. That's the only player we could get. And the only thing that can change this deal to go to is Nagelsmann. If Nagelsmann said I want Timo Werner, then it changed the dynamic of the deal. That changed the dynamic of the deal. If Nagelsmann said give me Timo Werner, then everything changes. But if Nagelsmann said no, I don't want Timo Werner, nothing changes. Nothing. So it's only Nagelsmann that have this say to say I want this player, I don't want this player.
Oh, well, they will have a say in it, yeah. But most of the directors at Bayern speak out loud, don't they? They do talk quite
But the problem is the manager
a
because
lot.
and we know
But
how much
how
he
close I
has.
think I think
I
he's
think
in.
the only thing that will happen is
Let me find out. No, hang on. No, carry on talking.
okay. So because I think the only thing that will happen is for me is Nagelsmann. If Nagelsmann said I want Timo Werner, then that will probably happen. If Nagelsmann doesn't want Timo Werner, I don't see that happening. He's the only one that have this say that can decide, okay, give me this player. But I don't think Leroy Sané will leave though, regardless of what people say. Because it's on high
Mm.
wages. It's on high
Yeah, yeah.
it's on ridiculous high wages. So that would be difficult. That would be a difficult deal to pull out for him.
He's on
So,
350,000 euros a week.
whoa. 350?
350,000 euros a week.
I'm sorry, Justin's not paying that.
No, he'll have to take a wage cut.
I'm sorry, we're not doing that. No, we're not doing that. 350. I'm sorry, that's a no-no for me because Gonaskia, I know, will not do that. Gonaskia will not pay 350 for a player. The player she's not even sure about. No, 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 no. That will not. That won't happen. That I will not happen. The only player likely I can see going is Kingsley Coman. That's it. That's it. That's the only player I can see going. The rest of it, for me, is a no-no. For me, is a no-no. Kingsley Coman is the only player I can say, okay, if he wants to move, he can move. If he wants to go, he can go. Because maybe he's not happy with the wages and everything. But Sane, that and also with that wages you just mentioned, I'm sorry, that will not happen. That will not happen. I know the club I support. She will not be stupid enough to pay the amount of money for him. He hasn't even proved himself yet to be paid that money. He
No.
hasn't at all. He hasn't at all. He hasn't. So I don't know. Like Sane, we have to wait and see. Like, but do you think Nagelsmann will have the final say in terms of him going? Because I don't know if Nagelsmann gets him that highly.
But no, well, it wasn't even Nagelsmann signing, was it? It was Hansi Flick signing.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, that might play into some shape or form. But even with the sort of team that he had at Leipzig, Nagelsmann, you didn't really see a Sane type player there. I know, obviously, you had Werner and Paulsen and stuff. You had the target man and the sort of creator or the runner or whatever with Werner, but you couldn't really see Sane even fitting in that Leipzig team back then. Really, I don't know where he'd fit into that system. And same here with Bayern, but even I think he's a strange player because I don't see where he suits playing in a front line, like a permanent position, and I don't see a permanent like manager or club that he suits playing for. He's just one of those strange players where you can't really pinpoint it. You can't put your finger on it where you think he should be playing or whatever. Really.
I don't even know his preferred, but because he's a left footer, I expect him to play on the right. Why is he choosing the left wing? He wants to play on the left wing. Why? Because I expect it to be a left footer, cut in and shoot. That is my expectation for you. Why are you playing on the left wing? That you're gonna be cutting back, going to the midfield, coming back to the wing, going back to the passing, shooting. So that doesn't make it. It's like stressful. It doesn't make any sense. That doesn't make any sense. But we have to wait and see what the January transfer window and the what's called and the summer is gonna look up to. If January transfer window say much, we have to wait and see. Because January transfer window, we have to say much about what is going to happen in the summer in terms of the West End and the rest of the guys. We'll have to wait and see how every season pans out. So I want to talk about the EPL because apparently Tottenham, Chelsea, United, and I think let me see the EPL table. So Tottenham, West Ham, United, Chelsea, Liverpool are on the same point, including towards Everton are on the same point. So Tom, looking at the table right now, who do you think is favorite to go far in the Premier League? That's the top three to go far. And eventually, if there's gonna be a champion, who will it be? Will it be United? Will it be Chelsea? Will it be Liverpool? Will it be Tottenham Hotspur?
Well, all this bubble with Tottenham's soon going to be, burst.
Mm-hmm.
Because really, every club has a new manager bounce. Let's be honest. Whenever you get a new manager, you'll go on a run of 6, 7 games. You'll have some decent results, and
Mm-hmm.
I think I can't recall. I think it's in every single one of those games Tottenham's played. They've won 1-0.
Mm-hmm.
They've won every single game 1-0.
That's how Nuno plays. That's Nuno
It,
for you.
it's outrageous, really. And I know people say it's the 1-0 wins that win you the league, but
Mm-hmm.
really, are Tottenham going to win the league? Let's be realistic about it. Probably not. They'll hit a brick wall as soon as it comes to Christmas and bottle it like they always do. But no, in terms of the actual race for it all, to be honest with you, I think I think West Ham will seriously surprise a couple of people in terms of possibly pushing for maybe even the Champions League this year.
Mm-hmm.
I think they possibly could be the Leicester that have been knocking on the door of it for the past 2 years and never managed to get the key to get into the Champions League. But I don't buy all this with Liverpool. I've not been massively impressed, if I'm honest. They played B level opposition in Norwich. When I can't remember who they played the other game against, and obviously they played against Chelsea, where even against 10 men, they didn't look like scoring. I've got to be honest. The Liverpool team that I knew from 18 months to 2 years ago would have found a way to have won that game. I'm not being disrespectful against anything about Chelsea, but that Liverpool team of 2 years ago, you put it in that fixture that happened with a 1-1 with a man sent off, they would have found a way to have got into the back of the net easily. Without the crowd, with the way that they were playing at that particular time. But City, I've got to be honest with you, they haven't really impressed me either. Really, I mean, they're obviously getting the results and everything, but Liverpool and City they don't look like the shadow of the teams that they have been, where they've been dominating the league, and it's been them two for the title. I just don't really know, to be honest with you. But the one thing that Man United and Chelsea have 100% done is they've improved. Transfer wise, they've improved massively. Chelsea obviously got the striker that they needed. The extra 25, 30 goals a season in Lukaku. And Man United's obviously getting something similar with Ronaldo. Age is just a number, as I always like to call it. You can play till you're 40 and still, bang them in or whatever. So I'm not really too bothered about that. And physically wise, have you seen Ronaldo? Let's be honest. Physicality in the Premier League is not going to be a problem for him. I'll be very shocked if it is.
The issue we'll talk about Ronaldo. We'll talk about it.
I mean, if I had to give a top three, contenders for the Premier League, Chelsea and Man United are straight in there, to be honest with you. And I think possibly at a push, Man City, because I just think City are stronger than Liverpool at the moment. Liverpool, if I'm being honest with you, just to touch on them really quickly, I think something's bugging Klopp. I don't know what it is, but I think there's just something just not right at that club at the moment. And I don't know if it's something to do with the ownership and not really backing the manager. I mean,
okay, if Liverpool doesn't win the title this year, will Jurgen Klopp leave? Will he leave, or will they fire him?
No, they can't fire him. Let's be honest. When he won
or
the
will
title,
he walk away? Will he walk away?
Walk away from 30 million. I think it's like a £25 million contract when he finishes. It'd be stupid to walk away. Really, realistically, they're not going to sack him. Let's be honest. After he won the title after 30 years and won him a Champions League and everything. It'd be the owners FSG, they'd get crucified by the fans if they ended up doing that. And who would they appoint? Steven Gerrard.
That's what I'm hearing.
Steven Gerrard, come on.
That's what I'm hearing.
Nah. I'd sooner stick with Klopp if I were a Liverpool fan. I know I'm not, but I'd sooner stick down that avenue.
So you still have a little bit of doubt about Liverpool?
Yeah, I've got my doubts about them, to be honest with you. But Chelsea, Man United, and City are probably my top three contenders for it, to be honest.
So, out of Everton, do you see Rafa Benitez doing something for Everton Football Club, or just like a initial grab?
Listen, I'll be honest with you, Abdullahi. When he was appointed, I thought it was a very good appointment. I thought it was just as good as an appointment when David Moyes was at Everton. Really, I know there's obviously the rivalry with Liverpool and everything, but the game's gone soft now with stuff like that. There's major lenience in terms of it all. You've had players go from Chelsea to Arsenal many a time. You've had it, Arsenal to Tottenham, Tottenham to Arsenal, Sol Campbell, that story, numerous
William
Man United,
Gallas.
numerous Man United players have gone to City. So there's been loads. So in terms of that, with Everton, if listen, if Benitez won them an FA Cup or something, I really don't think they would care, to be honest with you. And the results that he's got, a win and a draw, 2 wins and a draw for the start of the season. It's not really been too bad. I don't really think there's much for Everton to complain about. But I honestly believe Arsenal should have acted. I think I could have seen Benitez at Arsenal. I really could have. I don't. He's not the sort of manager that's going to take them toward progression or anything. But right now, they need somebody to steady the ship. Really, and he's that sort of manager in many ways. He did it with Chelsea, didn't he? When he won I think he won the Europa League at the end of it, didn't he? When he was there with you, and he obviously won the Champions League with Liverpool. Kept Newcastle up miraculously for God knows how many years with no backing at all. So he's been in a lot worse situations. But no, I think Everton. I think Everton's probably ambition for this year. Probably stay in the top half of the table again this year. Top 10, something like that is probably good enough for them. To be honest with you, with the sort of competition that there is this year, West Ham's there in that sort of area. Tottenham will be there. Brighton. There's probably teams that I still aren't even mentioning right now that are probably going to be in their leads. So there's a lot.
Oh, wow. It's tough because when you look at Everton and Rafa Benitez and where Rafa Benitez play, they could usually go far. Here comes my question now. Arsenal FC. If looking at the big clubs, how much can you give Mikel Arteta to turn this around? Or is Arsenal being too lenient on him? Or does he deserve the sack? Because if you look at Mikel Arteta, his first 3 matches, Brentford, Chelsea, and Lucas and Man City, has been bad. He lost, not even lost woefully.
Abdullah, he gets a lot worse than losing. They've not even scored a goal. That's how bad it is. They've not even scored a goal in the Premier League. That's how that I know teams like Norwich and stuff are struggling at the moment, but with the money, the highest spenders in the Premier League this transfer window, and look at where they are at the bottom of the table. 9 goals, 9 goal difference, no goals scored. It's appalling. It honestly is shocking. And we can say what we want about some of the other teams that are just above them. Newcastle, Burnley, Southampton. These are all teams that are supposedly relegation teams. I don't care if your first 3 games are Brentford, City, and Chelsea. Brentford, you should be winning. Let's be honest. If you're an Arsenal fan,
let me see what Brentford is. Brentford are 10th. Wow.
Brentford are doing good. Listen, I'll be realistic with them, but you should be beating Brentford realistically, regardless of if there's fans in the stadium or you've got injuries. Arsenal should be beating Brentford. Play them off the park, essentially, really, for me. And even in terms of the Chelsea game, maybe not win, but at least compete. They didn't even look in the game at all. There was no attacking threat. The midfield's what it is, isn't it? Probably even just as bad as the defence. The defence, wow, there's no defenders there at all.
So how long will you give Mikel Arteta? How long?
October international break. And if he don't, I'd give him until the October international break.
What?
I'd give him until the next international break, and then if it doesn't improve, if it doesn't improve, then
let me see the team they have before October. They have who? They have Burnley. No, Norwich, Burnley.
Oh, we should beat Norwich. Come on.
Wimbledon, Tottenham Hotspur, and Brighton. So you're telling me in this October year, this one or this? When is the next international break?
It's after the Brighton game, the next international break.
After this?
Yeah, after the Brighton game. So they'll play that and then it'll be the international break.
So
he's got all them games there.
Norwich, Burnley.
Come on, let's be honest. They're winnable games. Norwich and Burnley, you should be picking up 6 points from there.
Norwich,
Brighton,
Burnley, and Tottenham.
Tottenham and Brighton, I would expect minimum, possibly draws. realistically, I think what Arsenal need to realistically look at in that sort of fixtures is, 3 points from Norwich, 3 points from Burnley,
Mm-hmm.
at, at, at at least a point from Tottenham and Brighton. So I'm
Mm-hmm.
thinking about probably about 8 points from those games. And their season's not even got started yet, but Arsenal need to start scoring goals. Before they start collecting points, they need to score some goals because I know they beat West Brom 6-0, but it's not good enough. It really is not good enough with the sort of players that they have. Aubameyang 2 years ago was a Golden Boot winner in the Premier League.
Mm-hmm.
I think he got like I can't remember. He shared it with Salah and Mane. I think it were 22 goals that year.
Yeah.
Yeah, where's that player gone since he signed that contract? Lacazette, another one. There's
Mm-hmm.
the defense is a shambles. They've spent all this money, and look at where it's got them. Even worse than where they were with some of the other players like David Luiz and stuff. And Arsenal fans can cry all they want about when they wanted Wenger out. Wenger won't be in this sort of
Wait,
situation.
is Arsenal board being lenient on, or is it because it's Mikel Arteta they're being lenient on him? They don't want to sack him yet, or it's too early?
It's well, 3 games in. I think realistically, if you're going to sack somebody, I think there's going to be a lot of questions of over firing. But even if they do sack him, like right now, realistically, who's going to take the job?
I'm hearing Antonio Conte.
Come off it. But I know. Obviously, he's the manager I would want. If Man United sacked Oli overnight, Conte or Zidane's the two managers that I'd want to walk through the door. But
Mm-hmm.
realistically, Conte, he likes a team that's stable and
Mm-hmm.
at least partially built to win. This Arsenal team's not even built to win a football match, let alone win trophies right now. Like I think this is one of the key points. They're not even built a team right now. To win just a game of football, 90 minutes, let alone win, an FA Cup or whatever. Yeah, and your question there was like, can Arsenal survive or be relegated? I don't think it'll get as bad as be relegated, but like I've said, get to that October the 2nd deadline with Brighton
Mm-hmm.
with similar position. If you're not even in the top half of the table, like past 10th place,
Mm-hmm.
I would be calling for his head if I'm being realistically honest. And I look at realistically the managers that are out there to go and get. If it's not Conte,
Mm-hmm.
who is it really? Let's
Because
be honest.
Conte will demand more, and I don't think these
This
players in
this
that
is
team.
it. This is it.
Mm-hmm.
But if it's not Conte,
Mm-hmm.
name me another manager, Abdullahi.
Who is available? No manager is available. No TFT
This is
manager
what
is
I
available
mean. There's hardly anybody available.
apart from
Raf,
Conte.
yeah, apart from Conte, Rafa Benitez. This is why I said Rafa would have been a perfect choice for Arsenal. I would have thought. They're not getting Graham Potter or Brendan Rodgers.
Mm-hmm.
We can be clear on that. So I honestly, for Arsenal fans, I fear for him. I honestly fear for him with who they would end up with.
Because now, as Antonio Conte said, he's taking a sabbatical for 1 year. If he's gonna take a sabbatical,
Fair
for
enough
you
to
to
him.
bring him out from sabbatical, you have to assure him something. Is
Oh yeah, you
does
have to
this
give him
team
guarantees.
does this team has the winning mentality to win? If they don't have it, Conte is not taking over. He's not. He has to be assured that I want to get. Will Arsenal be able to spend 90 million on a player, 120 on a player? Because what Arsenal needs at the moment is not like they need to play more as a team. This Arsenal is full of flair individuals, no teamwork in this team at all. Everybody just want to play and enjoy themselves. And when you play without chemistry, without cohesion, without what's called team play together, you can't win football matches. You cannot.
No, you can't. Yeah,
So
yeah
you are paying Ben White 50 million. Like what the heck is going on? Lukunga,
they
I've
bought the
never
wrong. Realistically, Abdullah, let's agree. They bought the wrong defender from Brighton. If you're going to buy a defender from Brighton, they should have bought Lewis Dunk, not Ben White. If I'm being honest in saying it, Lewis Dunk would have done a better job than what Ben White's been doing.
You spent 50 million on Ben White, and after spending 50 million on Ben White, you Lukonga. I've never even heard of that name before in my life. Lukonga, you bought with Tavares, or who the hell is that? And you bought one Chinese player. What's his name? So, like, I do not understand that's not transfer policy. Who is the sporting director on that team that is just making a ridiculous signing for them? No, see, Arsenal want to compete. They want to compete with the big boys of Man City, Chelsea, United, and Liverpool. But you spending money on medical players. What is going on? The like of Emmy Smith Rose, Bukayo Saka, those Odegaard, and those players, they need to be looking at the mirror and saying, do we really have a future in this club? Because if you don't win the trophies, there's no way you're going to be staying in this club for a long time. There's no way. No way you stay in Arsenal for a very long time if you don't win the championship.
Oh yeah, you're pretty
Bukayo
much
Saka
you're screwed.
Saka is 20. He is 20. And in the next 1 or 2 years, if he doesn't win it something, Arsenal is leaving. It's leaving.
I mean,
With,
I can easily come up with a couple of names for
with
you know.
James, Messi Mount,
Yeah,
look at those players. Phil Foden, they've won Premier League titles.
yeah,
James
they've
has
won
won the
Champions
UCL.
Leagues.
So
Yeah,
I don't understand
they
the
got to
decision
the
in
Euro
which,
final as well.
as talented as Bukayo Saka is, he needs to be assured of himself that yes, I want to win something for my club. Where will I even go to get more? Not even playing time, more guaranteed of trophies. Where? Because he can't be sure of Arsenal. Because if he can't be sure that Arsenal winning trophies, not even winning trophies, competing in the Premier League title. I don't understand this Arsenal fans having this energy that Arteta will turn things around. Arteta will turn things around when it doesn't even know it's starting 11 at the moment. He will turn things around when it doesn't even understand it's starting 11 at the moment. It's playing team based on who, based on what. So, like, I don't understand. Arsenal fans need to be realistic and be like, oh, how do we do this? What do we do? So they have to use their brain when they do things. I don't understand them at all. I do not for me. I don't. I
I
don't
mean,
understand them.
with the manager situation though, that there is some good managers that are out of work. I mean, they might be out of their reach, but Lucien Favre obviously was the Dortmund coach initially. He's not a bad coach. Let's be honest. He was offered the Palace job and he nearly took it. And look at where Palace are. So realistically, Arsenal could probably make an option to go and get someone like that. Maybe a Gattuso, a Fonseca. Even if you wanted to stick, say, to the ground roots of England, Eddie Howe possibly is a name. The good coaches. I think what Arsenal, they don't need a manager really. I think they need a coach. They need somebody who's gonna drill it into them properly.
But because the problem is, for me, the problem is not about all about. If you look at the player they have, Lacazette, Aubameyang, Smith Rose, Bukayo Saka, Odegaard, they have a very good player in that team. See, they have winners in that team. But the problem about them is they are not playing as a team, they are playing as an individual. That is what is killing them.
Yes, correct.
No team play, no cohesion, no collectiveness, just individuals. And individuals can win you matches. Individuals will only take you a little bit. It cannot win you matches. It cannot. If you are playing as an individual, you are not expecting to win, you are expecting to lose, regardless of how good you are as a player. Because Arsenal team play with like, let's just go down and enjoy ourselves. We don't want to give our all. Why? I do not understand. They bought Gabriel. Gabriel is not playing. I
Gabriel's
don't
good.
get.
He's a good player. He's better than the players that they've got in there right now.
But he's not playing. He is not. Pablo Mari, Ben White.
Pablo Mari and Ben White are both shy. Let's be honest. Waste the money.
When will Arsenal fans open their eyes and realize we are losing? When will they open their eyes and be like, "Oh my God in heaven, this is bad"? Because they were like, Arsene Wenger out, Arsene Wenger was out, Una Emery out, Una Emery was out. A manager who wins the UEFA Super Cup over and over, back to back, you want him out. In not
Europa League, yeah.
League, and they won the Europa League for you. Won the Europa League whenever he goes to Sevilla and Villarreal, he won it, and you still want him out. How do you want him out?
Let's be honest. He got them to the final as well.
I don't.
It's not a bad thing. I know they didn't win it, but there's worse ways they could have lost that final. They could have lost it on penalties. There's far worse ways they could have lost that final. But I think the least of Arsenal's problems right now is winning trophies. They need to start winning matches, not trophies, right now.
The problem about them is not even winning it, because if they win trophies, they will have too much mouth to like, we are the best team, we are this, we're better than this place. And when they start losing, yeah, and give the manager time. Arsenal fans are they are delusional sometimes when they talk, when they kind of rate they are, when they read, I'm like, I don't get, like, I do not understand them. For me, SSB, I'm see this comment here, I'm not sure, because look at Arsenal lose. They lost to, imagine playing Norwich and lose to Norwich. That will not go well. That will not go well.
SSB, yeah, he might turn into the cone man again for Pep. That might be it. You put the cones out. But this is what I mean. Like when and I always refer back to this point with Arsenal when they appointed Arteta.
Mm-hmm.
At the same time, I'm not sure if you remember, Abdullah. At the same time, when Arsenal were appointing a manager, Everton were looking at a manager as well.
Yep.
At the same time, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Realistically speaking, I would say Mikel Arteta is more of an Everton legend than he is an Arsenal legend. That's just my opinion.
Wait, how many years did he use in Arsenal? How many years?
He spent more years at Everton than he did at Arsenal. That's all I know. But what I'm trying to get at the point of it is, when Everton were looking at a manager, they never even looked at Arteta. Was not an option on the table. And they went and got Ancelotti, a proper coach, proper manager, who's won it all, who's won there all is to win. Premier Leagues, La Ligas, Champions Leagues, Bundesliga, everything. Every single thing there is to win in the game is pretty much won. Exactly the same, but you go for an assistant, really. An assistant coach or an assistant manager at Man City that, albeit, won the league 3 times in a row, but Arsenal fans really, I don't honestly understand how they bought into the whole thing of, well, we're just getting the next Pep Guardiola. Delusional. Honestly, delusional sometimes Arsenal fans can be. But listen, they need to improve fast. I think especially for the manager, because it is a sinking ship at the moment, and they're in choppy waters, and I don't honestly see how at any point where they're going to lower the anchor or whatever, and it's going to stop. Because at the moment, they're not even playing well. You can lose football matches but play well. Wolves, for example. But, I'm not sure if have you watched all 3 of the Wolves games this year, Abdullah?
Yeah, I've done.
Yeah, or the highlights or whatever, or you've heard about the games.
Mm-hmm.
In every single one of those 3 games, I think they should have won all of them. I'll even admit it as a Man United fan. They should have beaten us on that day. We got very, very lucky on that day. And, yeah, they're in the bottom 3, but realistically, they've played well. They can, at least they've got something to cheer about. They've played well, albeit they've not scored a goal or won. They played well.
SSB, they are doing a shady what? Actually, a shady transfer.
It was on Reddit and Twitter. Listen, Edu did that interview, didn't he?
He did. I did.
The director, Edu, did. I can't remember what he said. He said about something to do with we're progressing for the future and everything.
Mm-hmm.
Apparently. Oh.
What? Okay, SSB. What is cutting the division now? Because
the documentary. The documentary. That's what's
Are you telling me Tavares, Lukonga, Ben White, that they just bought is a better signing? Do you know Arsenal is the most expensive signing this summer in this summer window? And
Man United have bought proper players. Let's be honest. Man United have spent less than Arsenal, and have got 2 Champions League winners in Varane and Ronaldo, and arguably one of the best, young players in world football in Jadon Sancho, for less money than what Arsenal have done. Chelsea have spent less money and got one of the best strikers in the world, along with a brilliant midfielder in Sal Niguez on loan, while Arsenal are snoop around buying 10, 15 million pound players. There's no balls about the Arsenal team at all, or the directors. Let me ask you a question, Abdullahi.
Mm-hmm.
When was the last time Arsenal spent proper money? I'm not talking a release clause or anything. I'm talking when they put money on the table and bought a proper player, plus upwards of £60 million.
Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang.
Aubameyang, that was it. And how long ago was that?
And Lacazette.
And
Lacazette will cost for
Lacazette.
50 million.
And these players have been here 3-4 years now, near enough.
Mm-hmm. But
Where,
the
where,
problem,
where do you see
but
the players around them? There's
Tom,
no players around
the
them at all.
problem is with it. Arsenal celebrated an FA Cup as if they won the Premier League or a Champions League. That is how mediocre they are. Because you cannot tell me a Premier League title, winning an FA Cup is a far greater trophy than winning UCL. Arsenal will tell you we are the king of FA Cup winners, the king of FA Cup winners, but you have no UCL titles, and you can say you are the best. You are the best club in London. The best club in London for what? For what? Best club in London for what? When you can't even win a UCL title and you say you are the best club in London, are you kidding me? Is that not fast and trying to
And they've had
provoke
some
me or
great
what?
players, let's be honest. They've had some of the best players, to ever grace the league. Vieira,
Thierry
Henry,
Henry,
yeah,
Beckham.
Beckham, Desailly, Campbell was obviously there, wasn't he?
Mm-hmm.
They've had some brilliant players. David Seaman's been there. A lot of them. They've had some brilliant players, Arsenal, but they've
They have
never brought
Lumberg, so many players.
Lumberg. Yeah.
Pires, Van Persie,
Yeah.
Sex Fabregas, so many players. Like Arsenal going forward, I do not understand that club. I don't know. I don't know. Because apparently I'm hearing from AFC that some Arsenal fans are already switching clubs. One is supporting Man City and the other one supporting Chelsea. Now switching clubs already. Yeah, I'm serious. They're switching clubs already. They say they're tired of this mediocrity going on in the club. Some of them are already switching club.
Nah,
Some of these are already
come off
joining Man
it.
City. I'm being serious.
Yeah. I know you're being serious, but come
Like,
on. I don't care win, lose or draw. If you support a team, you support a team through the good
Tom,
times or the
Tom,
shit
I
times.
cannot support a team when I'm suffering. I'm sorry. I'm not doing that. I'm not doing that. I'm being serious. I cannot support a team when I'm losing. Do you know how Arsenal fans look when they lose matches? You know how they feel? Sometimes they look stupid. Sometimes they even fight each
They're
other.
deluded on the fan cams, though. Honestly, they might as well have just had like 3 or 4 beers. To be honest with you,
Like, I don't understand them. Like the way the way they talk. You think I see that's why I see. I keep saying this to people. I cannot join the football terrorists. If I join them, we're gonna fight because most of their that's me. That is me. I'm being serious. It's gonna cause
yeah.
an issue.
Carry on.
It's gonna go on social media that Abdullah go to football terrorists is fighting there. How will fight? Because the way they talk on that football terrorist, my brain doesn't get it. I look at them and like, you guys are talking with emotion. You don't use brain. You don't use brain to talk. Too much emotion especially the Arsenal fans speaking rubbish. Some United fans, I look at them that you guys are very intelligent, but you don't speak like an intelligent people. Why? What's going on?
Listen. We've got the things to actually talk about. When a lot of Man United fans speak, there's reasoning behind it. As in, we've won numerous trophies. We've had one of the greatest managers of all time.
I
We've
know.
had one of the greatest players of all time in Ronaldo.
Mm-hmm.
We basically gave him the career that he's had, or set him
Yeah.
up for it anyway.
I know. But
What do Arsenal have to shout about?
Tom, if you look at the football terrace, when some United fans talk, I just kind of log in and I log out immediately. I just laugh.
I don't even
I shake my
watch.
head.
I
I
don't
shake
even
my
watch
head and laugh.
Abdullahi. That's how bad I am. I don't even
Because
watch.
like when they talk, because people kind of sometimes they seem like a message. Why don't you join the football terrace and become one of their pawns? That's like I told that guy, if I join that football terrace, we will scatter everything. I will scatter it. We will fight. The guy was just laughing. I said because the way I'm gonna reason football is gonna be different than them. Because the people they call world class, I will not put in the world class. I won't do that. The people they call so-called best days. I won't put it that. E.g., Liverpool fans who have a fight in Liverpool fans. Because the way they rate their players, calling them world class, I'm not gonna put them there. There's levels to it in football. I won't do that. So when they talk about football, look at them and like, I just shake my. I don't want to say what too much. I don't want to say too much. So when Arsenal fans come into the channel, I'm like, we are the best team. Blah blah blah. I look at them. Are you guys stupid? Are you guys kind of okay? I'm like, are you sure? You kidding me? Because I remember when Thomas Tuchel was a manager of Chelsea. Like, Tuchel will not last longer. Tuchel will be sacked because he's not a good manager. He will get sacked in the next 6 weeks. When Tuchel won the Champions, like it was a fluke. Chelsea was not good. We are being pragmatic and we are playing a defensive football. Like, are you guys kidding me? How are we playing a defensive football when we are even possessing football? We play possession based football. How are we defending? How? I don't get Arsenal. Arsenal fans are just sometimes when they talk, I just shook my head and laugh like, what the hell is going on with it? What's going on? Sam and Henrik, how you guys doing?
I'm doing good, man. Abdullah, you need to stop taking people too serious.
I'm not taking them serious, but the way they talk, it just make me laugh because like,
The thing. That's why I always say, don't take clowns serious because some people are just there to talk, to make fun, to laugh, to say something outrageous, so they can have a conversation. And
mhm,
sometimes it's also for clicks.
I
All
know.
these things too are very. If you put something outrageous on your thumbnail or on your video, more people will click on it. So with all that, that's why I just say sometimes it's not good. Like there's no need of taking them too serious.
Mhm.
You have to take it with a pinch of salt.
Because I've been seeing so many messages on social media that people want me to join the football team. I keep telling them. I said no. They keep asking me why. I said because I cannot join them. I cannot join that show. Because my own lifestyle is different than them. What they call world class, I will not call it world class in me. Me, I won't put it in world class. Would they call the best team in it? I will not put the best team there because there's a new way in which I rate players. Because if you look at the argument they argued on that channel, Rashford better than Kylian Mbappe. I was like, give me your reason. Rashford is doing that. Like, are you guys just kidding me? Mbappe is a World Cup winner. Do you know that? Do you just he won the World Cup, blah blah blah. They won't give a single reason. They will not give a single reason. Just because he playing for United now, he is a far greater player, he's a GOAT ahead of Kylian Mbappe. That doesn't make any sense to me. It doesn't. It doesn't make any sense. It doesn't make any sense to me. So I don't understand. I don't understand that they do stuff there. So for me, I don't take them serious because sometimes when they talk, I just laugh and shake my head. I'm like, you guys will be fine. You guys will be okay. That's mostly what I do to them. I just laugh and like, okay.
But for this year stuff on Arsenal surviving relegation,
Mhm.
I personally would want them to get relegated, but
What?
I don't think they can.
What?
I'm just saying what I want. I would like them to get relegated because that's the only thing they actually have to say is we've never been relegated. So
Sam.
if Arteta
Do
does
you
that,
wanna do it? Do you wanna cause a World War II or World War III in this world in this life where that will not go well? If Arsenal get relegated, do you know the majority of Arsenal fans that will literally withdraw from their club and go to another club entirely?
well, that's what they deserve.
Wait, are you gonna be telling me I'm gonna be watching Arsenal at AFTV against
Abdullah,
Rochdale, against Bournemouth, against Accrington, against Wycombe?
exactly.
Mhm.
Abdullah, I'm telling you what, I wouldn't mind it. I actually want it to happen. Just because Arsenal fans, they're very shameless. I don't blame them because in a way they
Oh
have
my
nothing to talk about.
SSB,
So
it will be horrible for football. My Lord in heaven. If that
I don't
happened,
think it's horrible for football. I think that's what football needs right now. They need Arsenal to get relegated.
Arsenal getting
How is
relegated,
that horrible for football? Number one,
Sam,
no, Abdullah, look at it. Arsenal have not been competitive, or how do you say that? Yeah, they haven't been competing for major titles in how many years now? They're basically like a mid-table team. If in my, I know they have the fan base and all that, and oh, I get that, but the fact is, right now, Arsenal are competing with Crystal Palace. If Crystal Palace can get relegated, if Newcastle can get relegated, then why is Arsenal so special? Is it because they have a big fan base or they have a lot of money? They're not
They're
I think
competing.
it's all about fan base though.
Arsenal are competing with Watford and Brentford.
Exactly. So, and these clubs get relegated. No one makes a deal. But now, if Arsenal get relegated, it's bad for football. In what way?
Arsenal was never that kind of club. At their best, they were never like Barcelona, Madrid. So it's not. It's just not the same situation. Arsenal were never that good to begin with.
Exactly. They okay.
So
They
But
have good heritage in the
but Sam
in
and
the
Eric,
Premier League.
Arsenal has one of the best players that ever graced the Premier League. Thierry Henry,
A lot of players have
Sol
that
Campbell,
actually.
Lomberg, Van Persie,
But those
Pires.
players don't play. You see, this is the thing with this history thing, and I get it. History is important and all that, but
Mm-hmm.
Arsenal's history, as Eric just said, it's not even that great. Okay, they won how many Premier Leagues? Okay, I know they have a lot of Premier Leagues, but even though, like, when you talk about football, it's not only about you being domestic merchant in a way. You have to also be good in Europe.
Mm-hmm.
And Arsenal have not done anything in Europe. Like, why all of a sudden now they're so special that it's just this what someone commented now, it's bad for football. I get it if you want to see Arsenal, but how is that bad for football that Arsenal are playing against Watford
You
or
know the
playing
funny part,
against
Sam?
West
You know
Brom?
the funny part? When I went to Nigeria, I saw so many Arsenal fans kind of abusing Chelsea. We are the king of London. And one Chelsea fan was like, are you sure? Because I went to go and watch ball in a view center. Was it Chelsea? Is it Chelsea Liverpool? I'm not sure that Chelsea Arsenal. When we won out, when Romelu Lukaku make his Premier League debut, there were too many fighting in the face. I'm like, Arsenal is the best club in London. The guy was like, can you give how many UCL you've won? Um,
Abdullah, see
don't
what
worry,
this
we'll
person
win
said
it.
here. EPL will lose. I don't care if EPL gains more money or loses money. Like, how does that affect me? At the end, they still have to pay.
Mm-hmm.
They still need to pay whatever they pay. Like, this is why people were against the Super League. If Arsenal are so bad this season that they're in a relegation battle, I think they deserve to get relegated.
Twentieth position.
This is the thing people hated the Super League for. That
Mm-hmm.
there's no competition. So why is it that Watford or Norwich can get relegated, but Arsenal all of a sudden because they have fan base and they make more money that
Mm-hmm.
nah they have to stay to save football to save
Do you
the
know the
EPL.
funny part about what Arsenal fans were saying? When they said because the Arsenal was comparing themselves to Antonio Conte when he took over in Chelsea, when we didn't even go to the Champions, I was like, now we can do like Chelsea, no UCL, no Europa League, we can hold the way and win the Premier League. I was like, wait, what? What? You're gonna go all the way to win the Premier League title ahead of Man City with the signing of United and Chelsea? Are you gonna tell me you're gonna beat all those teams and win the Premier League title? Are you sure?
Abdullah,
Yes.
you know they can dream. Like dreaming is allowed. I will never tell anybody not to dream. You can dream, you can try and believe, but fact is mathematically right now, Arsenal
Mm-hmm.
can still win the league.
Mathematically.
That's just all I'm saying. I'm not saying they will, but mathematically, it's still possible. Anything's possible. Norwich can win the league. Anyone can win the league right now. So
Mm-hmm.
I do feel that Arsenal, I want to see them in this position coming January
Well,
before I really take relegation serious.
if
But for
Arsenal
now,
in
it's
this
too
see,
early.
if Arsenal is in this position by January, see, we'll have to induct this, but I have to create another team. We'll have to induct them. Seriously speaking, we'll have to induct Arsenal.
I don't think they will get relegated though because they have quality players. Partey is there. Aubameyang, say what you want. Against lower teams, he will perform. He will score
Mm-hmm.
goals. Pepe is not bad. He's not
Mm-hmm.
good too, but he's not bad. And yeah, like Lacazette. Actually, I'm a fan of Lacazette. I think he stayed too long at Arsenal. If I was that guy's family member, I would have told him to leave Arsenal like 2 years ago. I don't think he's that bad of a player, actually, Lacazette. Just, I don't think that Arsenal team as a whole are bringing out the best out of him. And yeah, they have these young boys that are Saka and the rest. So I don't think they'll get relegated for sure, but
I think
they might be in a
yeah,
battle.
yeah, that's true. I think there's a hope that they do because they have Arteta. So I'm hoping that they can get relegated. Arsenal fans need to trust the process. Give him all the time he needs, and hopefully then a real serious relegation fight. If they actually sack the guy, and get somebody else, maybe they'll stay up. But I think Ateta really gives them a good chance of going down. So I'm hoping that that's what happens, because this guy is probably he's one of the most overrated managers I've ever seen. People are telling me that he's better than Lampard. He's better than who is he better than? Lampard is better than him. At least Lampard had 1 year experience with Derby before he came to Chelsea. This is Arteta's first job. Being an Arsenal manager is his first job. So he has no zero experience. All he has is he worked with Pep. That's it. This guy is horrible. He's trash. He's horrendous. So you know, hopefully he takes them down.
because because the way Arsenal fans are talking, sometimes you just have to laugh because sometimes their word is like it's like a laugh matter. Because when you look at them and shake at them like Arsenal fans, what are you guys smoking? Are you guys smoking something? Why are you guys behaving like this? When you can easily see with your hand and you're behaving this way. Because the way they talk, sometimes you just look at them and laugh. You look at them and they're Arsenal fans. What was all this? Because I don't understand them. Rating themselves as the best team in London, when you're literally kind of abysmal in the way you do things. I don't know how you become a best team in the world when you can't even
But
you can't.
Abdullah, what do you want Arsenal fans to do? They'll go into depression. They have to find something. At the end, like I don't blame them that they quite alright. Like I don't blame them that they still are trying to just have some hope or
Mm-hmm,
just look for anything. Some of them they'll say invisible. They'll say, "Oh, we're the only club to have done a whole." They have to right now. They're in a very bad position where everybody's improving and they are not. They have a manager that they know they are bored is not ready to sack because the board don't even have enough money to get a quality manager in. Because
mm-hmm,
Arteta, let's be real, Arteta is not there because they know he's the best guy for the job. He's there because he's very cheap. They are ready to allow him to learn on the job, which most top teams will not do. Or at least you can learn, but you have to keep a certain level of standard. But so like we're Arsenal fans, man. In a way, I don't even laugh at them when they lose anymore. It's very normal right now. It's nothing really. It's not a big deal seeing Arsenal lose or shipping goals or just be horrible throughout the whole season. It's been happening for too many times. And for the fans, man, like at the end, they have to say something. That's just what I see. They have to
hmm.
find something. They have to be able to talk.
Wow. So, NK Dance, how you doing, brother?
Yeah, what's up, man? What's up?
I'm good. I'm good. How you doing?
Yeah, I'm blessed, man. I'm blessed. I'm
We're
blessed,
talking
man.
about we're talking about the best club in London at the moment.
Hey, man. Hey, to be honest, I'd lie, man. You know how I am about Arsenal, man. I don't like
Mm-hmm.
these guys, but it's got so bad to the point, man. Hey, man, I've aged, man. These Arsenal guys aren't worth my time anymore. They're not worth my time. Before, I used to laugh at them when they lose. I'd call all my friends that because I'm in London. There's a lot of Arsenal fans. I call all of them, laugh, and
Mm-hmm.
it's bad right now. Like I can't do that. Like it's not enjoyable for me anymore. It's no, nah. But with that being said, though,
Mm-hmm.
zero out of nine, considering what has gone on, is not surprised. You lost to Chelsea. That's not surprising, and you lost to City. That's also not surprising. Like how shocked are we? And the Brentford game, if we're being honest, they
Mm-hmm.
didn't have their full strength squad.
Okay,
So
I can.
even that loss isn't crazy. It's not crazy. So 0 out of 9 is understandable. The season starts next week, in my opinion. And if
Mm-hmm.
Arteta loses against Norwich, he has to go. He has
I
to
hope
go. He
for a
has to go.
Billy Gilmore masterclass. Billy,
He has to
Billy,
go.
do it for us. But I
He
don't
has to
want
go.
him to go though. I don't want him to go though.
No, if he loses to Norwich, he has to go. Like he has to. But Arsenal, as much as they've been bad and they haven't scored. No Gabriel, no Party, no Lacazette for a couple of games, no Bamian for a couple of games. Ben White's now gone off. So you know, it's the circumstances out of their control. You know, but I think they're gonna stay up. I think they'll stay up in all seriousness. But they just need to start scoring. Aubameyang needs to start. The best player on the team can't be Bukayo Saka, with all due respect. And the fact that he is shows the decline.
You know the funny part. I feel for Bukayo Saka. You know why? Because in as much as this guy has the talent, the problem is you can have a talent in that Arsenal club and you want to win a trophy. That doesn't work in football. I'm sorry. Arnold has won a trophy. James Mount, his best teammate, has won the Premier League. They have won so many trophies. Champions League,
No,
Premier League.
Bukayo's won an FA Cup.
Wait, are you gonna tell me
Exactly.
FA Cup is
Lampard
bigger
did
than the
him FA Cup.
UCL?
No, it's not.
No,
but
it's not. But he's won.
it's the cup.
He's won more than Kane.
No, sorry,
I'm
guys.
like, he's
No,
won more than
you
Kane.
you
No,
can't
but Abdullah,
compare.
can you feel sorry for Saka? He had a chance to not sign a contract and he signed it.
Exactly. You
Let's
can't.
be
You
real.
can't
Which
feel sorry
top?
for him.
Do you think Saka is going to start for? Okay, like I don't think he's a sure starter for any top 4 club.
No.
He's not.
No, Sam. He's going to. What's going to happen is there'll come a time where he'll go to. Actually, no. Pep might be leaving, but City will buy him and
Yeah,
play him
of
at left
course,
back
but right
and
now,
play him at left back.
yeah, for sure. But right now, I don't think he's a. You know the way he is at Arsenal right now. If Saka is fit, everyone is fit. Saka starts.
Oh yeah, he's not starting.
And if
He's not a
in
lock.
any
He's not a
top
lock.
4 club, he's not a for sure starter. I'm not saying I know he has quality that he might start some games, and maybe if he proves himself, maybe he's a regular. But right now, he's not a for sure starter for top 4 clubs. So he
Right,
signed
top
the
four. You're
contract
saying
with Arsenal.
Liverpool, United, Chelsea, City.
United, Chelsea,
Yeah,
yeah,
not them. A tier below. So Leicester, Spurs.
exactly.
Yeah. A tier
Yes,
below.
yes,
Yes,
exactly.
these guys, man.
He's learning his trade. You're
Yeah,
100% right.
exactly.
In the
Yeah,
next 4 5 years, or
he'll go
maybe
to
even
he'll go
3
to
years.
his,
No, I see. I'm giving
Sam. He'll
Saka.
go to his
See,
parent club,
guys,
man.
I'm giving Saka.
Exactly.
No, I'm giving Saka
Exactly.
next year and up a year, just 2 years in Arsenal. If Arsenal doesn't improve, I can see him going to big club and winning trophies there.
He'll go to his parent club, man. He'll go to his parent club. Nasri did it. Clichy did it. A bunch of these guys have Sanya did it. He'll go to his parent club, man.
Exactly.
City is Arsenal's parent club. Here's what it is, man.
You know the funny thing. If you see the rise of City, you can see that City basically, and I'm surprised Arsenal are not doing this. That's why, in a way, when they wanted to sign Madison, I thought that would have been a quality signing, because what you do with that is you're signing Madison, who is a quality player, but another thing you're really doing is you're weakening Leicester, who
Yes.
is a team that is a big like threat to Arsenal.
Yeah.
Because if Leicester are not in the league, I do think it's easier for Arsenal to push themselves into this top 6.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But for
let's
some
be let's
reason, they don't do that. And that's
let's
what Man City did. Man City took from Arsenal, took from Aston Villa, all these clubs that were like rising, kind of, that were
The only
lingering
problem they're
around the
having is
top
they can't buy
6.
any player from Chelsea because they're not gonna ski as
No,
a
no, of
problem.
course. But like that's why I mentioned Leicester, all this Aston Villa. You allow Buendia to go to Aston Villa. All these things you shouldn't allow it. They should be coming to your club.
See, they allow Buendia to go because of 3 million. Just three.
no, but even then, like Arsenal, I mean, City literally built their foundations of the club from Arsenal. But besides that, Arsenal, I keep on saying this. The best way, in my opinion, that I judge players and signings is would they get into, like Sam said, would they get into my rivals teams? Would they get into Chelsea? Would they get into Liverpool? All these Arsenal signings, barring Odegaard, they wouldn't get into Wolves. They wouldn't. I'm being honest. They wouldn't. You know, Wolves' centre backs are a position of strength. Ben White, as much as I like him, he's not getting into Wolves. Lokonga, no. Not that midfield of Ruben Neves and thing. Tavares, no. Tavares, no. I mean, these guys.
And this Japanese guy, Chon collaborate.
No. I'm like, you can't do that. It's 2021. No.
That's his name.
No. Mr.
Tomiyasu.
Mr. Tomiyasu. Please, I'm lying. I'm saving you. Mr. Tomiyasu, I mean, I've heard he had a good year, so I don't know. But these guys aren't getting into Wolves.
You know the funny part. I was checking something yesterday about how much Ganaski has how much we'll spend this in terms of outgoings plus the loan, and I look at how much we've been is brought into the club. Or like, yes, in as much as I bash Granaskia, I have to credit her for what she's done in Chelsea. I would
Of
not lie
course.
because plus the loan option to buy plus the players I will sell out. We have already sold. We sold out and we made 134 million. 134 million is it pounds or euros? And apart from there's extra money plus add-ons. If you put those add-ons to the player we sell, we will make almost 200 in just one transfer, just one. How did Ghana Skiers do that? I have no idea.
But that was the reason Roman brought her in. Is that they wanted a model where, because if you notice, before Grand Sky, Chelsea weren't really selling players well.
Mm-hmm.
We're buying well, but the resale value wasn't the best. So that was her main job, I think, was to number one, make the club sustainable, which
Mm-hmm.
is if you even see the last since Hazard left, you
See,
can see that
I
even
saw
that
something
200
yesterday,
million.
and I did not believe it, Sam. Since Hazard left, do you believe we've not even spent Hazard money till now? We've not even spent it at all,
No,
at all.
but I would say we have spent it because if you look at it, that you got Havertz in for 90 something, you got in Mendy, you got in. I do think that
Yeah, we
Chelsea
did
have
spend it.
spent that money, but
But
the
we
thing
haven't
is,
touched
they're
the
not
Champions League, though. The Champions League
exactly.
money, I know there's some. I know Abramovich, if he wanted to, he could have gone harder this summer. I know it, man.
Exactly. Yeah.
We know it, man. Come on.
Mm-hmm.
I know he did
So
it. I know there's that Champions League balance in his checkbook. It is what it is.
Yeah, I know,
exactly.
I know.
So that's the thing. It's self-sustainable. You don't even the whole Abramovich is the one buying players for you is a lie because Chelsea are able to buy players because they sell well. And they have an
You can't.
academy that imagine you have
Yeah.
someone from academy coming, Anjorin, and Anjorin
Enjoying,
might sell
enjoying go to
Anjorin for
Locomotive. It's gonna see. The Locomotive will buy him in January 17 million. We sold him at
exactly
Tammy
no, but
Abraham
Abdullahi,
40 million.
deep this. This guy hasn't played he has played maybe
Professional.
twice for Chelsea or three
Mm-hmm.
times. He hasn't
Mm-hmm.
played real professional football. He's coming straight from your academy,
And
and
you
you're
sold him
able
for
to sell him
17,
for
17
17 million.
million.
So
Wow.
that's the model they are doing. Even you see
Yeah, man.
Mark Guehi, the guy had one low
Maguire,
spell, and you sold him for 20
Livamento,
million.
Look,
Livamento.
So that's the thing. They're making a lot of that academy is
Fikayo
making a lot of
Tomori.
money.
Look at the Tammy
So,
Abraham. Those are youth
sorry.
players that is going. Those are brought from Coban to the first team, and they've been sold out, all of them. Wow.
Who was sold for 17 million?
Timo
Anjorin,
Anjorin
it's
oh yeah,
loan
January
with
on
option
loan
to
plus
buy.
obligation to buy for 17.
Is it
Obligation.
obligation or
Okay.
option? I
Obligation, yeah.
think it's
no, it's
option.
option. It's
It's,
option.
a,
It's
it's a,
option.
oh, option to buy for
Yeah,
17.
Yeah.
They'll
but they
make they'll
probably
make
will
it
take it. Yeah, they probably
17.
will.
How many appearances has he even
Wow.
played in Premier League for buying
He
the
One.
has he
17?
has one
One appearance.
appearance in Premier League, one in FA Cup,
And they
one
are
in
selling him for
Champions League.
17 million.
And you know the
17.
crazy. And you know the crazy thing is, though, Abdullahi. The crazy thing is that we're even forgetting Lamptey. If Lamptey's contract wasn't expiring, do you know the amount of money?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, we have a sell-on clause anyway, so that's fine. But the amount of
Mm-hmm.
money we could have generated on him alone as well,
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
with Livermento and all these guys. I mean, Chelsea are doing great things. The
So
only
even if
issue,
you look at Broja, if
Buja
yeah,
Chelsea wanted to sell him, they would sell him for 10 mil. I
for
think
10
at
million.
least.
Yeah.
comfortably.
Even with his new contract, it might even be more because he just signed
Yeah.
a new contract. So
My
Like
only issue with Chelsea is the loan. With Marine is the loans.
yeah, in as much as I have it so much badge on Ganaski, I have to credit her for what she's done. I would not lie. I'm being serious now. I have to credit her for what she's done because if you look at the players he sold out, it's unbelievable.
the thing with those loan players being a little bit too many is that it's just part of business. I
Oh
feel.
no,
In
it's
some,
Sam. It's not the too many. Is there's a different caliber of like Billy Gilmore is not held to the same standard as somebody else. If you know what I mean. I just feel like Billy Gilmore to Norwich isn't ideal in my humble opinion.
but
It's not
why though?
ideal.
Why though?
It's
Is that
Norwich.
No,
it
no,
is
but
ideal
but
because
it's hand in hand because he's going to play a lot of games for them.
Yeah, but
exactly.
Sam, he's going to get piped every game. He's going he's
Yeah,
going
No,
but
to
no,
his
no.
he's going to get piped.
experience.
No, but
No,
Not
no.
Sam,
not only will he play a
What
lot
did
of games, he also
he's going to get
he
piped.
also
Blue Eyes, they're horrible. I mean, I
no, no,
don't. They
but
play nice football, but they're not good.
But
yeah,
he's going
but
to
they play the
Eric
way
talk
he
now.
Yeah,
How was Billy
just to
Gilmore
say,
against Man City? How was Billy Gilmore against Man City, folks?
I
Can we
don't
just
know.
call
They
it
lost
out?
5-0. I don't know. I don't know what I can. Blue Eyes. I don't know what
look,
I can say. He lost
Billy
5-0.
Gilmore is good, man. He was
Oh, I
good,
know he's
but
good. He's good.
Of
obviously
course, he's good.
he
He's
was.
very good.
Yeah, yeah. Against Man City, he was he played well, but obviously they will always lose to teams like that, and they'll lose most games. But I don't really have an issue with them losing most matches. Like that's not a problem for me
I
because
just
he's
think that. I
learning
just
that.
think.
It's the game
Okay,
time.
continue, son. I
Yeah.
just think that it could have been a better club choice.
See, you know,
It
this
should
Okay.
have been
So
Norwich.
what's
a,
the
a
big
good
issue with
example is Conor Gallagher. This guy now, he went to West Brom
West Brom? Yeah.
and they got relegated. Like they
Now
weren't
Crystal
that great,
Palace now.
but you can see that the guy's game is developing. I personally, when I watched him in preseason, I thought he was ready if this Saul deal wasn't working out to be the guy maybe that will help in the midfield a little bit.
Really?
The boy is not bad. He's showing some. He reminds me a little bit of Mason Mount and just that energy
I
and
think guys.
Sam, calm down.
Chai,
Sam,
Chai.
chai.
calm
I'm
down.
Really,
Sam,
telling
calm
you,
down.
chai,
Calm
chai.
down.
Mason
Sam, calm
Mount
down.
is a
Time
small
out,
Calm
kid.
down.
time
Calm
out,
down.
time
I
out,
think
time
Sam,
this
out,
boy
Sam,
can be
Sam,
better
just
than
calm down,
Mason
please.
Mount.
Mute your mic,
Time
Sam.
out.
I
Calm down.
mean
Calm down.
it.
Sam,
I
Calm
mean
down.
it.
Calm down,
I
please.
truly
Sam,
believe this
mute
boy
your
will be
mic.
better than
Mute
Mason
your
Sam,
mic.
Mount.
hey,
I
you got
mean
ahead
it.
of yourself too much, man. You got
No,
to.
no.
Mute
There's
your
something
mic,
about
Sam. Just
there's,
See,
mute your
you
mic,
hit the
Sam.
accelerator too quick.
you know
Just ease
Sam,
up.
can you
before
Ease
mute
I
your
up.
mute
mic?
Gradually.
Blue eyes before I mute it, let me just say this.
Sam,
You guys are
mute your mic,
forgetting.
please.
I'll mute it in 5 seconds. I'll
I'm
mute
just
it.
messing with you, bro. No, no, no.
Yeah,
I'm messing with you.
I'm messing.
No, no, no. Go
No,
ahead. I'm just
the
messing
thing
with
is
you.
that we're forgetting Mason Mount started somewhere. He started somewhere. I'm looking at the progression of this Conor Gallagher boy. This is the second loan now in a
Yeah.
Premier League team. I do feel that the guy is showing something that maybe in the next 3 to 4 years, really, really good player. And I
No,
don't
but
think he would look out
yeah,
of place in our midfield that
but
much.
Sam, I'm not even saying that. I'm saying the team. I wouldn't. Norwich wouldn't be the team that. Norwich isn't the type of team that I would say Billy Gum. I would even prefer him go to a top championship side.
NK,
I'm talking
what's the
about proper top.
problem? What is the issue with losing matches and getting relegated? What's the
I
big
mean,
problem
I
there?
mean, no. Here's my thing, right? Let's look at the quality of players. Like I think Billy Gilmore could go into a decent. Like let's look at. Okay,
Billy
he could.
Gilmore
I
can
could say.
start for Everton now.
I mean, he
I'm,
could
I,
Billy
I
he could
Gilmore
mean,
use
I
can
a
mean,
start for
transfer
Everton.
summer.
I
No.
mean, no, Everton's a stretch,
He
but
can start for
you
Everton now.
see Crystal Palace that sort
He
of
can start
region,
for Everton.
or even Brighton, or even
No, but
Brighton would have been ideal.
NK,
Brighton would have
what
been
makes
nice.
you think that Crystal
Wow.
Palace
Brighton.
are not going to
Brighton
get
would have been
Wow.
nice. Yeah, Brighton would have been a
You don't
nice
think?
place for him
You
to
don't
go.
think?
So
Wow.
nah, man. Who's
You
the
don't
centre
think
ahead
he
of
can?
at Brighton?
What,
Bissouma now.
what's Brighton?
Bissouma
He has Yves Bissouma, and what's the other midfielder in Brighton?
the
He could
other
easily
guy,
be the
man.
he could easily be a first team player in Brighton easily.
No.
You don't think he could be a guys? You don't think he could be a first team player
See,
at Brighton,
you know the
Hove Albion
thing,
FC?
NK, you know what you're forgetting, and this is why a lot of players prefer to be sold than loaned out. A loan is a very tricky situation where clubs like Brighton and all these clubs they prefer to play their own players more than loan players, especially if like Norwich. For me, I feel that Norwich, in a way, they know they're gonna get relegated, so any quality that is there they are ready to use that player. And Gilmore is a big step up. But a club like Everton, come on, they have this guy there. Why would they play
No, I'm
Gilmore?
saying, but okay. What about Brighton, though? What about Brighton?
I'm saying Everton.
Bissouma.
No one.
No, Yves
Bissouma, man.
Bissouma, and there's the other guy because I saw the lineup now.
Yeah.
Adam Lallana in 2021. Sorry, Billy Gilmore could
Yeah.
do so.
What's that?
Come
Yeah.
on, please.
No, but
Somebody.
Yeah,
Lalana,
man.
there's a reason they brought Lalana in there was the experience. Gilmore doesn't have the experience Lalana has. And Lalana is their player. I think that we forget that it's
Mm.
most of the time when these clubs have players that the level, the drop off is not that much, they'll rather play their player than a lone player.
That's why you
I
have to
get that
choose the
sort
right
of
club.
narrative. I do get that narrative, but even then, Sam, Norwich. I'm
No,
sorry.
but
I'm
if
sorry,
you're
guys.
So
I can't do
so
it.
yeah.
so
But
No,
Gilmore
but
will
no.
but
settle
As
but
in
long
but,
as
but
Norwich.
if he
guys,
gets
No one is mentioning the fact that when Billy Gilmore got loaned out, Tuchel actually said that he felt that Norwich would be the best place, given that he was going to a German manager who could embed some of his philosophy further into Billy Gilmore as to how that midfield position should be played.
And
So
I
Well,
think Guillaume, I think
the philosophy
Tuchel,
right now is on its head.
Yeah.
I
But here's the thing.
tell you right now that
Here-
philosophy is on its head, man.
No, no. But here's
you
the
said that,
thing,
but
though. A team could be
Norwich
losing.
don't.
A team could be losing 5-0, and all
Yeah.
of the players could be developing.
That's
Wait, but
Yeah,
which
look,
Both,
team has
both
Norwich.
of
Norwich
those.
Okay,
played? Which team did Norwich play? They
Okay,
played
they
Man
played
City,
City.
Liverpool,
Leicester,
and
Liverpool.
Leicester. Are you guys
Yeah,
serious? So
exactly.
you're
Okay,
going
but
to
Thank
even
you,
rush
okay,
them
Sam.
off these 3
Thank you,
games?
Sam.
no, okay. So this is the
we're
sort of
not
narrative
writing
you
them
guys are
off. We're
pushing to
just
me.
saying they're
So
gonna
Norwich
finish
are
at the
staying up.
middle
Is
of
that
the
what you
table.
say? Are you saying Norwich are
Norwich
staying
is
up?
the
Let's
Okay,
the
put
no,
best
some
no,
team.
of
money.
course,
No,
Let's
no,
put
Sam.
some
You're
money.
no Sam.
Let's
You're
put
saying Norwich
some
are staying
money.
up. No, Sam.
Put
Norwich,
your money.
Norwich
Put
is
your
the
money where your mouth.
It's possible. It's possible. It's possible. It's
Sam,
possible.
I'll say a spiritual £5 bet.
100
Spiritual,
quid.
No,
100
no, no,
quid.
spiritual,
no. It's possible. It's
100
spiritual
possible.
five
quid.
pounds. Spiritual £5.
everything
Okay,
is possible.
It's spiritual.
wait, guys, wait. It's possible. I'm not saying 100%, but it's possible. This is
100
tournament.
quid. Let's put some money
So
there.
I want
Now.
us to
100
talk about
quid.
something
Sam,
else,
spiritual,
which you guys haven't spoke
£100.
about.
Yes.
Wait, I wanted to talk about something. Apparently, I saw it this afternoon, and I want to get you guys' take on it. Like I kept saying it, I don't know how true it is, but by January or in the summer, we'll have a lot of discussion about it. Leroy Sané, because apparently I'm seeing there's gonna be a swap deal between Bayern Munich and Chelsea. Bayern demand in between 1, 2, 3 players for Chelsea for them to
They
really
should
Leroy
go. They
Sané.
should go to
One.
hell.
Timo
Yeah.
Werner,
Go to hell with that
Timo
offer right
Werner,
now.
Arsenal Doy, and Christian
Yeah,
Pulisic.
they're high. They're
One
high.
of them.
Oh, one of them.
One of
Yeah,
them, not the three of them.
Timu.
Just one of
Timu.
them. One
So
of
how
them.
did they
Went
get
to
Actually,
him?
Pulisic could go. Sorry,
No,
Pulisic
no,
go.
no, no.
Wait.
Pulisic go away, man.
Wait.
NK,
One of
relax,
them.
relax.
One of them will have to leave for Leroy Sané to come in.
Look,
So give me your
I
take
need
on
to.
that.
Eric,
I need to speak on this quickly. Look,
Eric, before you
hang on.
go, if you mention Hudson Odoi in this swap deal,
Easy.
continue.
Go on.
Sorry. If you mention Hudson Odoi in this swap deal,
Hang on.
anyway, I'll mute my mic.
Hang on.
I'll mute my mic. Sorry, Eric.
Okay, good.
That's not a
Look.
bad option.
I'm blue eyes. Look. Sane, I don't want Sane. I'm sorry. Like this, I don't want him. I don't want him. He's not playing well. He's laying a brick in every game. I don't know what he's doing, man. I don't want this guy. I'm not swapping anybody at Chelsea for him. I'm not swapping with
Tosin,
anybody
come back
at
here.
Chelsea.
Come here. I've missed you, bro. Come here.
Sorry, Eric. Continue. Sorry. So leave me alone, man.
Yeah, look, I'm not swapping anybody at Chelsea for Sane. He has talent. Everybody knows how talented he is, but he's not playing or whatever it is. I don't know what it is, but ever since he left Man City to Bayern, he has not played well. He plays like, I don't know, he plays like he's not thinking on the pitch. So obviously he scored a nice goal in the international break, but we can't use international matches to determine anything. So
But because
yeah,
the problem is this is where the issue is. Leroy, I think it doesn't feel happy on that Julian Guzman. It wants to leave. So what Bayern are doing is they know they're gonna lose Kingsley Coman in the summer or January. They know. So they are proposing a deal for Chelsea, in which they're like, let's think about it first. One of Odoi, Pulisic, or Timo Werner will leave in the summer. I can guarantee that. But the problem is, I don't see. This is my issue with Leroy Sané. He has an attitude problem, and I don't want that in my team. I do not want that. That attitude problem can cause a division in the team. Because if you have an attitude problem, if the manager can't talk to you and you're having this ego, now Mr. B play now. You can't talk to what's happen. You have to go on the bench. Regardless of your talent, you remain on the bench.
Bayern are not in a position to be demanding things. Let's be honest.
Abdullah,
They're not in that position.
With Leroy Sané. And NK, this is where I'll test your love for Hudson Odoi. Do you want this guy to rot on the bench at Chelsea?
He can never rot.
Because right now he's not playing. He's not playing.
Sam, don't get me started on what Tuchel's doing. Don't get me started on this guy Tuchel right now, man.
He should have gone out on loan. Let's be honest.
Exactly.
Yes. So why didn't he go out on loan? Why didn't he go out on loan?
NK, look, what if we get Sané in he goes to Bayern and we put a buyback clause like Tammy Abraham, where in
Oh
2 years'
yeah.
time
Oh yeah. Then
we
go.
can
Go
get
away,
him.
please.
No,
Yeah.
no, no.
Respectfully leave. Respectfully
Maybe,
leave.
Yeah,
Yeah.
the guy needs game time. I truly right now I can't tell this guy to
so,
stay at Chelsea. If he was my brother or a friend, I'll tell him, bro, if they
Yeah.
open
Please.
the
Yeah.
gate,
Exactly. Yeah.
run
Run
away
away.
because he's not playing, man, and he's playing as a wing
Do you
back.
know the funny part?
Do you want to see wing back Adoy for
The
the
It's
next two,
disrespectful.
3 years?
player I would love, even if Bayern want to make a swap deal, is Kingsley Coman.
Kimmich.
Abdullah, what's up with you and Kissing Coleman? What has
Before
that
I
guy
can play,
done
I love
in
that
man.
guy.
recent
Look,
times?
I love that guy.
Kingsley
Or
Coman
see,
can play ball, man.
or
Kimmich.
my dream. See, there's a guy I want in Chelsea. That is my dream player.
Kimmich.
My brain has been racking a lot. That guy. I've watched a little bit about him.
It's
When
Fonzie now. Is it
no,
not
no,
Yeah.
no,
It's
Fonzie?
Musiala. It's
I
Musiala.
don't
It's
see
no,
Musiala.
no, no. Wait. I watched Europe, and that guy gave me so
Oh, it's
much
not.
joy
It's not Musiala.
playing football. He's Federico Chiesa. That
Oh
is the
yeah,
player
yeah, yeah,
I
yeah,
want.
yeah.
That guy.
From Juve.
That guy.
Yeah.
Oh my Lord in heaven.
Can play
Please
ball.
give
Yeah.
me that guy.
Yeah. But
Give me
Juve.
that guy.
But I'd
Havertz
like.
here, Chiesa here,
Yeah. But I'd like.
Lukaku
I'd
here.
like. No. Where's Mason?
Game
Where's
over.
Mason? Where's
You
Mason?
don't, you
Messi,
don't care about
You see
Mason.
the
Messi,
agenda. You see the agenda. These guys were ready to drop this boy anytime.
Marvelous, you're bastard. You're bastard.
relax,
So quickly and comfortably, you said no one
You don't
cares.
care about
Okay.
Mason.
Wait, you know the thing though. Mason Mount dropped a stellar performance in the Champions League. See marvelous logo. It's Champions League there. But he will forget that because of his Mount agenda. But just real quick on this whole Bayern should keep all their players. Nobody
Which
wants them.
logo?
If they're leaving, you see the hatred for Mason Mount.
Yeah. Oh, it's
You
M
know
for
it
Mason.
right
It's
now.
M for Mason, not marvelous. It's M for Mason.
Exactly.
I see. Marvelous. Thank you, man. No worries.
So,
But man,
so now,
Bayern
guys,
should keep
this is the
them.
question to you guys now. If you are Chelsea and Gunaskia, who do you release for Bayern? If Bayern come and say, okay, this is Leroy Sané, who do you give Chelsea? Who do you give Bayern?
Pulisic. No. Listen.
Pulisic?
No.
It is it's four players. Four. Pulisic, Timo Werner, Hakim Ziyech, and Callum Hudson-Odoi.
Okay. Can I? Let me go first,
I will
please. Let me go
give them.
first. Actually, no, the blue has go. Actually, the blue has. Take it. Sorry. Take it. Sorry.
Okay. So can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you.
Yeah, we can
So
hear
what
you
I'll
clear.
do in that deal, what I'll do in that deal is I will offer them Hudson Odoi on loan
Okay.
in that deal. Yeah, I will offer them Hudson Odoi on loan, on a full year loan, with option to buy at 80 million.
So, how
And
much
then,
will you buy Leroy Sané?
uh,
How much will you buy Leroy Sané?
Man, I tell you one thing right now. Leroy Sané he's a basket case, but that guy, man,
He's a
stone
baller,
cold. Though.
but the
When he's-
issue with
when
the
he's
issue
on,
with
he's
Leroy
on,
Sané is
man.
attitude problem. He has an attitude problem in which I don't
No,
like.
Abdullah, I think this
No,
whole
but
attitude
no,
problem
hold
sometimes
on. But you know what it is, eh?
Mhm.
No, it's not even that. It's the thing is that some players, all they need is a new environment, and things will just change. Look at Saul Niguez. Now Saul, he feels like a newborn baby now because he's come to a situation where he can actually play as a midfielder. Yeah. So your situation can change just like that just like that in this game. I don't know if you understand what I mean.
Yeah, I do.
I think though, I will say this that
So let me come to Enkinos. I'll come to Sam.
okay.
Four players now. Who do you give Bayern?
Okay, so-
even if we want the Leroy Sané, who do you
Okay,
give?
so I'm like, do you want me to be objective or not objective? Sorry.
Either of them.
Okay, so my unobjective opinion is Pulisic could go away.
It's already played in Germany before. So
Yeah, Pulisic could go.
Yeah.
Pulisic could honestly go up, and it'll be a deal close enough to each other where it'll probably be, let's say, 20 mil plus Pulisic or 30 mil plus Pulisic. Let's say, hypothetically speaking, it'll be around about that. Don't pay anything up to 40 mil. It's about 20 mil plus Pulisic for Sané. I'll take that deal. But hey man, listen, you know how I felt about my guy Cho, man. I mean, it's sad what's going on. It's sad, and it's
do you know how many years Bayern has wanted Dodo?
yeah, they have actually wanted him. Like, you know, sometimes when it's just been interest, there's been actual I mean, he should have gone to Bayern. If everyone here is being honest, he should have gone to Bayern. Like that would have been a perfect situation.
But
In a
NK, you really don't rate Pulisic. You're saying 20, 30 mil plus
What's
Pulisic.
Pulisic? Yeah, Sam. Let's
Bro,
be honest.
How
Let's be
good is
honest. But let's be
Sané,
honest. Let's. Okay.
Okay, do you know what I can see?
Mhm. Is he here? Ooh, his Wi-Fi.
Yeah, of the lies.
He's frozen.
He's in the
What
He's
matrix.
kind
done
of
it again. He's
presenter
done
is
it
this?
again. He's done it again.
He's
What kind of
trapped in the
what kind of
Again.
matrix.
presenter is this?
He's
He's
done
What
it.
trapped
kind
in
of
the
what kind of
matrix.
presenter is this, man? What kind of presenter is
Get
this
out.
that doesn't have
Get out.
Wi-Fi?
Yeah. The thing is, he has to read. Oh, that's crazy, man.
Why
Anyway.
why does he always get stuck in the funniest poses? He
Yeah,
never
man.
gets stuck when he's not animated. He's always animated when he gets stuck.
No, but Enki, real quick though, what
Yeah.
did Pulisic do to you? Seriously.
Pul-
Or do you rate
Pulisic,
Sané
Sa-
that high?
I rate Sane highly, but even then, even if I didn't rate Sane highly, Pulisic, come on. I mean, he should. If he was really as serious as we're all saying, he should be comfortably starting in this team. Even Mason Mount and Havertz there. If Pulisic is the guy, he should be starting. He should be the first name there. So the fact that he isn't is telling me a lot about him. Not even about the team, really. I know the team's good, but him as a player, he needs to do more. Let's be honest. Let's be honest. He needs to be better. Sam. I mean,
I just
and I
feel that
think
Mr. Mount
But
has been lucky with no
This is what the
injuries.
problem is. This is what the problem is because Chelsea as an American player is an endorsement to Chelsea. Do you know how many merchandise?
screw that, man. Abdullahi, screw that, man.
In the whole America.
Screw that, man.
Wait. Let me explain. From Chicago, New Jersey, California, Washington DC. So, do you not see? Look at those city. Everybody gets Pulisic shirts. All of them. So do you know Tennessee, Wisconsin, Dallas?
It sounded like Kanye for a second, man. Sounded like Kanye West. The auto team was real.
Everybody is Pulisic. Everybody is.
You sound like a history teacher, man.
Abdullahi, as much as I understand the financial aspect of that. Man, come on. Let's be honest. I mean, because the thing is, I built contest before. I wasn't advocating Pulisic to come to this club. I'm sorry. I was never a fan. I didn't want him here, and now that he's here, he hasn't done anything really. I mean, he scored in the semi.
Madrid.
I get the Madrid thing, but come on, man.
Ganaskia will not be stupid enough to lose money because Pulisic has an American endorsement. She wants to make money.
But
Because
Enki,
an
you know,
American
this is my
endorsement.
problem with Hudson-Odoi too. Is what Pulisic has done. I don't think Hudson-Odoi has ever done it really in the Chelsea shirt.
Sam, please, don't worry. His time is coming. His time is coming. His time is coming.
Pulisic, in a way, he destroyed Madrid, home and away, in a way, even. I haven't seen Hudson-Odoi have a performance like that.
Oh, hey, Marvelous, I don't like where you're
just
going. I don't like where you're going, Marvelous,
Sam,
at all.
did you just put somebody in Dora the Explorer?
No.
Wait.
No, it's Caillou I put.
You guys
It's
relax.
Caillou.
So my question to you guys is
Let me give my 2 cents.
Okay. Marvelous.
So-
4 players now. 4 players.
Out
Timo
of-
Werner, Hakim Ziyech, Callum Hudson-Odoi, and Christian Pulisic. For one of them for Leroy Sané. Who do you pick?
Okay, I would not use Ziyech or Pulisic in the deal because I feel like with both of them, their best is still yet to come in a Chelsea shirt. I feel like if we were to sell them or loan them out or let them leave the club, it would be too soon because they haven't really shown their class at our club. I haven't seen Ziyech, even though when he's not injured, typically at the start of this season and at the start of last season, we saw little glimpses and towards the end of last season. But he's never really showed any of the form he showed when he was at Ajax in a Chelsea shirt. He hasn't even had any of those passes that he was known for, those crossfield balls where he checks in on his left foot. And then with Pulisic, similarly, He's another player where when he gets on a hot streak, he gets injured. He has a weak hamstring. He's made out of glass. He can't seem to really get it together. I feel like the bulk of
Who's laughing? Who's laughing? Mute your mic. Mute your mic.
Come on,
It
put the
wasn't
stick
me.
on
I
his
wasn't
face.
laughing. I wasn't
Unplayable.
laughing.
no,
Marvelous.
I'm saying
I-
the truth.
Yeah, I get
On
it.
his
Marvelous.
day, he's unplayable.
Marvelous.
That
You
guy's
know,
Thank
you know,
you,
you know I
sir.
live in
I
America.
agree.
You know I
I
live in
agree.
America. And you're doing this to my health.
No, I
Continue.
agree. I live in New York, but that's the point I'm making. Both Ziyech and Pulisic, I feel like if we can get them right in the medical room, it will translate onto the pitch in some way, and
Here comes the disrespect.
they would be world class. With Ziyech, all disrespect aside, I feel like we've sort of stagnated his growth. I feel like
Is Ziyech or Hudson Odoi, sorry? Oh,
Hudson
Ziyech.
Odoi, sorry, Hudson
Oh,
Odoi.
sorry.
Thank you.
Mhm.
When
No,
when when Sari started involving him into the first team more often prior to that ACL injury, he actually looked like he was improving with each and every game. The only kind of question asterisk I always put with him was his defensive work rate wasn't really high. He kind of had this. He has what Reece James has, which is when the ball is so far beyond them on the defensive phase, they just jog back. They don't even try to like. I'm sure Abdullah knows what I'm talking about. They just
Nah,
like
I
start
know.
walking. They don't
Lose
even
guard.
try to
Lose guard.
close. Yeah,
It's called
thank
lose
you.
guard.
They, they don't even try to like close
Gablo,
down the
I have
space.
copied you, sir.
They don't try to close down the space. They just start walking back.
Lose guy.
But then after that ACL injury, I feel like Lampard came in,
No.
and with Lampard never really gave him any consistency. So my two questions with him are: how is he really post that ACL injury if given a run of games? And if he's not going to be given a run of games, I think him and the club should part ways. And it would be ironic because currently Bayern Munich's best young player is a Chelsea Academy reject.
Jamal
Marvelous,
Musiala.
marvelous. Hang
We
on,
get
hang on, hang on.
What
hang
do you mean reject?
said-
The guy didn't want to sign a contract.
no,
How
he's
is that
no,
reject?
but
Marvelous.
you guys don't understand the whole thing with him though. He didn't want to sign the contract because prior to negotiations, they had always told him that if he didn't get bigger, if he didn't bulk up a little bit, they felt he was too small.
Where do you get this
You can
information
look it
from?
up, Abdullah. Look it up. Look it up.
Okay, I
Hang-
didn't
hang
know
on,
that.
In the
hang on.
words of
Move it.
Abdullah, I don't want to babble. What did he say?
Yeah, hang on. Moving back to what you were saying about Callum. So he needs to part ways. Why? He's just 20 years old. Why can't he just go out on loan?
It's never clicked for him at Chelsea.
No,
I
but
don't know.
he
It
can just
might be
go out on
some.
loan.
It might be
He can go
something
out on loan
behind
and
the
get the game time.
scenes. It might be something behind the scenes with him too.
But Eric, what about buyback clause?
Yeah,
Because
even that you can do that as well.
but
Yeah.
Guys,
the thing with buyback
Wait,
clauses
is this thing correct? If it is correct, NK Dons, you have to give up on Odoi. For what I want to say right now. If this is right, you have to give up on him. Will you give up on him? Yes or no?
he's not here anymore.
He left.
He left. Could you guys believe Arsenal is not in the Champions League squad for this season?
What?
No,
What?
that's a lie. That's a
Are you
lie.
sure about that? I'm not sure about that. Are you sure?
This is what I see.
It's impossible.
Let me bring
Has
it.
he-
Let's wait.
That's
I'm
impossible.
Actually,
I'm
does
telling
anybody
you.
know who's actually in the squad for
If
the?
Barkley is in
Yeah.
the Champions League
This is
squad,
it. This is
Hudson
it.
Odoi is
This
there.
is it. This is it.
This is a lie.
No,
That's
this is
not a
bullshit.
bad-
No.
This
That's-
is
That's
a
an
lie.
old
Let me-
article.
okay. Hold on.
Wait,
hold on,
but
hold
look,
on.
look what they said. Look what they said. He's still go back up, scroll back up. Look, but still eligible to play in group stage. So what does that mean? Doesn't that?
This is a lie.
It better not be true.
You know Barkley is in this group.
Yeah, I know.
So you're telling me Barkley will get
But-
his
but
spot
I
and
say-
Barkley's
said
a player now. The only problem with
Oh,
Barkley is
come on,
Barkley's not.
No, Blue Eyes. I'm not saying he's not a player, but Hudson Odoi is the main part of this Chelsea team.
No,
He's
come
not a
on.
player. He's not
What
a
is
player.
what
He
is
needs to-
why
needs to
is it
go, man.
why is it that when we see a player that has potential, we sort of negate the circumstances surrounding them in the club? For whatever reason, Tuchel does not want to play Hudson Odoi. So
No,
whether
but
Hudson Odoi is like the most talented, whether he has the most potential, it's not.
No, marvelous. The thing is, there's no space. There's no space in that front three.
there's no
And
space.
even when Chelsea play a Crystal Palace, a Norwich, you'll see Hudson Odoi in that wing back. So I do feel Tuchel is trying his best to put him
Didn't
in
we
that
play
team.
when we played? Wait, when we played Crystal Palace? Wait, NK, hold on. When we played
It's what-
Crystal Palace,
Wait,
when we
wait,
played
wait, before
Crystal
NK,
Palace,
before NK.
did Hudson Odoi play?
Wait. Because I listened
No.
to wait, guys, wait. I listened to Tuchel this year, and I've said it to many fans. Tuchel will play a back four. It will not start with a back four. It will play a back four this season. I don't know when. When he's gonna play that back four, I have no idea. But he will play a back four. I've been seeing him do it. He's been doing that in training. I've seen him do it. He will play a back four. Maybe that's when Odoi would have a chance. I don't know.
I've seen him do it.
I've seen him when they do the training stuff in the drills in the training. He
Yeah, I
always play
know,
back
I
four.
know, I know what you mean.
Just
Yeah,
play
he
back
does.
How will he have a chance in the back four?
Time out. No. Before you, I'm like, if that thing you just said, because my Wi-Fi was a bit funny, so I was on my cellular. If that thing you just said is true, what, that Hudson Odoi is not the Champions League squad?
That's what I saw.
I swear to God, I will be Tuchel out. I swear on everything, I will be
Whoa,
Tuchel. I
easy,
swear.
easy,
No.
relax,
No. What?
NK,
He's not in the
NK.
Champions League squad?
NK,
What?
come on.
What?
You need
No,
to-
but
you
the
need to
thing
be-
is, Eric, you need to understand what this means. This guy is a Chelsea player. You have to register Chelsea, like Chelsea players that come through the academy. So the fact that you haven't registered him doesn't make sense. Nah, I hope that's not true. I don't think that's true.
Let me tell you this. Let me tell you
I
this.
think
Let me
it's
tell you- let me
because
tell you-
also
let me
his
He's
tell you.
not.
age.
He's
I
not.
think with
Okay,
his
I'm on.
age.
I'm on UEFA.com. He's not in our Champions League squad, and he's classified with an asterisk, meaning if you scroll down to the bottom, it means player is B listed, meaning
What?
that
Yeah,
the
because
only
of his
way,
age.
no, not his age, meaning the only way he would get into the squad is if one of our players pick up
Gets
an
injured.
injury
Yeah.
What?
and Tuchel decides to swap them out.
Wait. What?
Go on
Wait, but
UEFA.
hang on.
Go on
But why can he?
UEFA.com.
Why is he?
I
Why is he
swear
able
to you,
to
Eric.
play? Why is he able to play
Let me go
group
check.
stage?
I don't believe. Let me check.
No,
Why-
he's
why
not.
is he
He's
able to-
Out.
Eric.
Tuchel
Eric.
out.
He's
Let's
I'll
just
be
say.
I'll be
okay.
Tuchel
Let me
out. I
explain it.
swear.
Wait, let me
I
explain
swear
it
to
to
you.
you guys.
Please,
Hold
NK,
on.
relax, NK, relax.
He's only
I swear
able
to you.
to play
Easy,
group
easy,
stage
easy.
games if
Yeah.
we have a player in our squad that's injured.
Really?
But
That's
yeah,
it.
but once we get out of the group, he's no
Wow.
longer able to play any games. Even if our player is injured, he won't be allowed.
I swear to you, if that's true, I'm
No,
sorry.
actually, I want Tuchel out now. Just because of this, he should leave this club.
What?
Sam,
What?
Sam, I hope you're not being
He should leave
serious,
the
man.
club
I
right
hope,
now.
I hope you're not
He
Yeah,
serious.
he should leave the club. No, he should leave.
I
No,
hope,
no,
He should
no.
leave.
I hope you guys are. I
All
hope you
this
guys are
No,
tells
he
me,
should leave.
all this
He should
tells
leave.
me is that
Wait.
there's something behind the scenes with Hudson Odoi.
But
It
you
can't
guys,
just be strictly football.
I think you guys are being too emotional with this. Like, why?
Thank you.
Too emotional.
Yeah, you're being too emotional because how can you say Tuchel out because of
Thank
one
you,
player?
Eric.
I mean,
I'm sorry.
much-
I'm sorry. That guy
how
means
much
too much,
involved-
Eric. You know this.
No,
He means too much, man.
How does he
Okay,
mean too much?
But how
Listen,
much?
I've never really seen anything from Hudson Odoi that made me go, "Wow." In my
How
opinion,
much
Pulisic
involvement?
has done more for Chelsea than
Of
Hudson
course he
Odoi.
has. Of course he has.
Okay,
But
whatever.
how much involvement did you have in the Champions League last season? He barely.
Yeah, but that's
played.
besides the point. No, but that's besides the point, though, because you guys are understanding this. He's a Chelsea Academy graduate, so which therefore means it's in your best interest because of the rules of the registration rules. It's in your best interest to register him. So the fact that you're not registering him doesn't make any sense. It
You
doesn't
know
make
what?
any
You know
sense.
what's painful again is that he didn't allow
But you
this
said
guy to go out
Ampadu
on
didn't
loan.
get
Go
registered.
on loan. Go
No,
on loan.
no,
Go
no,
on
no.
loan.
That's not
Go on
Ampadu is
Let
loan.
on
me
loan.
tell you guys. Let me
Blue
tell you
eyes,
how
blue eyes.
much.
So he
How,
went
what
to
me-
one bench.
no, this is
Ampadu
what
is on
this
that's
is
loan.
what
not
makes me
correct.
think. This is what makes me think it has to be something beyond football. Lewis Baker is in the A squad.
He's a loose maker.
Ruben Loftus-Cheek is in the A squad.
Come on.
Malang Sarr is in the A
What?
squad.
Barkley is there too, right?
Barkley is
No,
in the
but
A
these players
squad.
can still get sold, right? They can still leave before.
No, this is the official. The transfer window is closed. This is the official list. And then we have a third string goalkeeper. Wait, let me make sure he's a goalkeeper because I've never
When does
heard
the
of this guy
Champions League-
before.
Oh, Bettinelli
Yeah,
or something?
We have a third string goalkeeper that will never play any games unless Kepa and Mendy are injured, named Marcus Bettinelli. and he's in the A squad. That
Wait, this
tells
doesn't make
me
any.
that it's more.
Wow.
It's more than football.
Tuchel out. It's enough. He gave us the
Sam,
Champions League.
Sam, Sam, Sam,
Yeah,
Sam,
I
please.
agree.
Can you? You're not being. Come on, come on, come on.
Let
No,
him
this is
be.
this
Let's
is
be
this is
rational.
this is sad. No, this is sad.
No,
Come
no,
on,
no,
Eric.
but let's be. But, okay, hang on. But let's be rational. Why would you say Tuchel out because of one player? Because he's not including. You just
No,
I know
explain
I'm being
why.
emotional,
Eric,
but
let me tell you
it's not
something.
right,
I
man.
have what do you call it? Is it empathy? Like
Yes, yes.
this is not nice. This is wrong. You know, when something is wrong, you have to say it's wrong.
No, but
Exactly.
Sam,
No,
you also,
guys,
you also.
You have to say it.
wait. Both Greenwood and Osuna are not in Champions League squad for United and Chelsea.
Okay, no.
Forget
You see. That's where
about
Sam's
Greenwood,
age
man.
thing comes
I'm not
into account
interested in
because
Greenwood.
Yes, I think it's the age thing.
Greenwood
That's
has
the
Greenwood
thing.
because you don't actually have to register a player if you're under the age of 21. They don't need to be registered.
Exactly.
So that might be to do with the age thing. But if
I
this is
think it's
true,
the age thing. I
no,
don't think that Marvelous. I
yeah,
don't think it's on that condition. I think
but
because
yeah,
if you have, I read somewhere that Hudson Odoi they would do something similar like this so they can have extra players in the
yeah.
Group A, and it doesn't mean that Hudson Odoi cannot play in a Champions League game just because of his age. So
Because
if the same thing is
Greenwood,
with Greenwood, then
Greenwood has to be in the
sure,
team. He has to be in the team anyway.
it's
So yeah,
yeah, the
it's the
rules
same
I
thing.
don't think is the same thing Marvelous said. I think there's a little bit difference.
But if
You have
that's
to be able to
true,
play.
but if even is Sam, let's say hypothetically speaking, that's true. It's a crime.
Oh,
It's a
wait,
crime.
wait,
It's a crime.
Crime,
wait,
this
guys,
is
wait.
wickedness. Let's be
Based on
real
what I'm
here.
seeing here, wait, Hudson Odoi is on B list. Is on B list. So the only way that they could make a A list is if a player is injured.
No,
Or
Thank you.
time out.
Thank
So
you.
what list is what list is Greenwood in?
wait. Greenwood is on B list too. Is on B
Okay,
list.
then yeah, is then sorry. As
Yeah,
much as you
but
guys are
wait,
saying
wait.
it's
Here's
true.
the thing, though. United have too many attacking options.
So
Like,
you're saying
okay,
Marvelous, you're saying
imagine if
Greenwood
Ole.
is leaving.
Okay, wait. Imagine if Ole was like Cristiano Ronaldo or Mason Greenwood. Who do you think he's gonna
No,
pick?
but
What
Marvelous,
about
there will never be a
Martial?
situation like that. There will never be a registration situation where Greenwood is just on the B list. Marvelous, let's be real. He's not
What do
gonna
you
be on
mean?
this. He's not gonna be. He's in the squad.
Okay.
He's
Think
a,
about it this way. Let's say Ole had his list finalized, and then all of a sudden Cristiano Ronaldo, an extra attacker, comes into the picture, and he's like, "Who do I leave out of my
Marvelous,
list
just
of
stop
attacking
there.
options?"
Marvelous. Marvelous. Stop. Stop.
So who should
Come
he
on,
have
man.
put on the
Greenwood.
B list?
No, Marvelous.
No. You're saying the B list thing is what Sam's saying is the age.
Exactly. Let me
Because
read it for you here. They
Greenwood
said that
is a yeah.
they're
Continue.
classified as homegrown player and they don't need to be registered in the
Yeah.
25-man squad. So
Mhm.
that means they can still play.
They can still
Greenwood
play. Yeah.
is too. He's a good player. He's important to United. They need him in their squad. There is no way that boy is not in the Champions League
So
squad.
Exactly.
doesn't this apply to Callum as well?
Exactly. That's what
Exactly.
I'm saying. Is more
Exactly.
often
They're
than not, it will be the
homegrown,
age.
and both
Yeah.
of them are from the academy too, and they're also under 21. So it has to be that.
Sam, which is why I'm saying if this guy is not select, if Tuchel said no, like that has to be an indictment on Tuchel. I'm sorry, just because he's done something doesn't mean I cannot then critique what he's doing. I'm sorry,
Exactly.
we have to keep it
So
real.
that's
So
wickedness.
you would say Tuchel out if
I'll say
Hudson
let
Odoi
Tuchel go and we get Zidane.
Yeah.
Just
Go,
joking.
go, flee, go away,
Hang on,
go.
but
No,
I
no.
wanted,
See,
I wanted
let's
to
not do that.
address what
Tuchel
you.
is the only manager in this world.
Yeah,
He's
but
going to have his
Sam,
time. And
this right here is the problem with our fan base, man.
no, I can't
Screw
agree with
that,
this
man.
stuff. Man.
Go
I
away,
can't
man.
agree with this.
see,
You just said
Marvelous,
that
I can't
Tuchel.
see
You just
someone shoot somebody in the head and I'll just
no. But Sam,
say,
hang
you know
on,
what?
hang on.
It's football. Nah, that's what he just did to
Sam,
us. And if he's
you
not in the
also
squad.
you also said that he prevented him from going out on loan. That's not
Yeah.
correct. I don't think that's correct.
So what happened? No. So here's the thing, Eric. Before you go, here's the thing. I do think there might have been some issue with the fact that it was Dortmund, considering how Dortmund was behaving with the Haaland situation. So if that's a reason as to why Chelsea don't want to loan Hudson-Odoi to Dortmund, I can understand that. But if they just said no and he's just warming the bench, I'm sorry. Like I'm sorry. Nah,
They
it's
didn't just
unacceptable.
say no.
And then you do this Champions League thing to him where you don't put him
Yeah,
in the squad.
if this is true, nah, it's disrespectful. Nah, it's
And
disrespectful.
he's disrespectful, but it was disrespectful to Tammy as well. And
How
Of
many
course.
how many managers
And
have
he left.
complained about
Okay, well,
how
guys,
many
guys,
managers have
I'm reading,
complained
guys,
about Hudson Odoi's attitude?
guys, I'm reading something.
I don't
now.
know. I don't know who.
Guys, I'm
I don't
reading
know who,
something
Sam.
now.
I'm marvelous. I don't know who.
I'm reading something now, and I think the problem with I don't think there's a fight between Odoi and Thomas Tuchel. I think it is the system we're playing at the moment. That is the reason Odoi is not getting the chances getting at the same with Ben Chilwell too. Because based on what I'm reading now, there's no way Odoi will get ahead of Kai Havertz, Messi, Mount, or Romelu Lukaku in that front three at all. So that's why I said before the season, maybe around December, January, Tuchel will have to switch to back four because that is when Odoi will have to play. That is where he has to play because now Odoi is not playing at the back three. Doesn't suit Odoi. He's not a wing back. He's a dynamic left wing.
look, I
He
trust.
is a left
I have
wing.
to say. I have to say that I trust what Tuchel is doing, and for whatever reason,
That's
he
what
has
Champions
determined
League
that.
does to you. It
No,
blinds
no,
you.
no. This was before that. The first few games, it was very obvious that this is a very good coach. I thought so a while before the final, actually.
Yeah.
But for whatever reason, him and his coaching staff, they've determined that Cho can't really play in those number 10 positions. He has never played him there. So I don't know what it is exactly, but the only way Cho is getting into the team is, as a wing back for whatever reason. So I don't think we can switch to a back four and just assume that, Callum will get back into the team.
Eric, you know the thing, he has played in those positions. He played there 3 times. He played there against Everton, where he actually played very well. Chelsea won it. Is it 3-1 or 2-1? He played
2-0.
there against Man City. He came on as a sub, where he helped in getting that Marcos Alonso goal from
Yeah.
that position. And he played there against Tottenham. He wasn't the
Okay,
best.
this is what
against
Tuchel
Tottenham.
said, guys.
So
After the
he's not
international
bad in
break,
that position.
after the transfer window, Tuchel said when they asked him about Odoi, he said, "Let me bring it out." There's something he said about Odoi in which he said I think he spoke to him personally and he spoke to the Chelsea board about him. This is what he said. Was quoted by he should wait for his chance by giving that there are so many players ahead of him in the pecking order. He also noted that he has to use the player as a right wing back, which is not his position. Tuchel already knows it's not his position, but he's using him because of the system he's playing at the moment.
I'll be lying. For me,
but
Christian
you can't change
Pulisic
the whole system for one player.
That's what the problem is because he said
and Werner
he
start ahead of this guy.
He said he wait for a chance in the left wing, but he fight against Mason, Kai Havertz, Hakim Ziyech, Christian Pulisic, a lot of guys with a lot of
But
quality.
this is the problem. Why
it is
does
very
he?
wait, Ralph, wait. It is very hard for him. I agree that we haven't felt sorry for him. Once his door is open, with the man he goes in between and make his mark, this can happen at any time. It needs to be ready. This is what we demand from him. That is what Tuchel said
I don't
after the
believe
transfer window
But
closed.
see, you know the thing with Tuchel.
He needs
Do
to
you
shut
remember
up.
Why
the
does he
match
start
that he
Werner?
removed? Do you remember when he removed Hudson Odoi in the Southampton game?
For me,
After
he
giving
saw
an
the
assist.
Yeah.
for me
Nah, man,
personally,
there's something with Hudson
why
Odoi
does
that
Werner?
doesn't like.
Why does Werner, out of all the players,
I think it's
start
the
ahead of him?
intelligence. I
That's a
think
very
it's
good point.
intelligence. It's honestly
That's a very
football
good
intelligence.
point.
I don't think
There's
Odoi is.
wait, hang on.
I don't
Excuse
think
me.
his
What
IQ is
did
up
you
there.
just say? What did you just say? What? Intelligence.
His IQ.
So
his
so
football IQ.
So is Werner
Werner's
IQ?
IQ is better than Joe.
Man, this guy,
Is that what you're
this
saying?
guy, take a break.
You know
Take a
how
break.
much-
If you're going to
you
tell me
know how
Hudson
much-
Odoi doesn't have
I'm
IQ.
not sure. I'm not sure what
Come
you're
on,
saying
man.
here.
No.
Are you
I'm
watching
being no.
football?
Listen. I don't think his IQ to play the 10 role in our system is up there. That's why, like, he's only played there 3 times. He came on against Southampton.
It's not about IQ, man.
No,
It's
no,
not
no,
about
It's
IQ.
about quality. It's about the quality of the squad.
There's obviously a reason.
Tuchel has already he said it. Pulisic, Kai Havertz,
Yeah, all
Mason
ahead of
Mount, and Hakim Ziyech are the 4 players ahead of
The-
Odoi.
For
said
me
it already.
personally,
He
the only
said
players
he
I
will
would
have to wait
accept,
for his chance to play.
the only players I would accept for them to start ahead of him is Ziyech, Mount, and Havertz. The rest of them, hell no.
Nah,
What? What are you
Pulisic has done
saying,
more.
man?
Pulisic has
He
done
He said
more than
Pulisic.
Odoi.
He said Pulisic.
No.
Yes.
Wait,
I just
overrated player.
want to
Pulisic has done more
understand.
for
Let
us
me
than
understand
Odoi has.
something. Let me understand something.
Mhm.
You guys are
I want us to
giving.
round up this.
Wait.
Odoi
I'm
black.
glad. I just want to understand this, so I know I'm not losing my mind. you guys are making all these claims. Tuchel out.
obviously.
We can't stand by this. Based
Come
No,
on,
on
man.
I'm
Don't
not
you know
too
when
out.
people are
based
I
on
just
joking?
have a
wait,
problem.
Come on,
based
That's my
man.
only problem with him.
We're joking.
based on potential, based on a maybe, based on something that may or may not actually come to fruition.
Hasn't Tuchel shown you that you need to give him you need to give him the benefit of the doubt? You know, hasn't he
You
shown that
guys
you
are
should
taking
trust him?
stuff too serious. Number one, we found out, and this is showing you Tuchel has been taking off the whole Tuchel out, is that we found out that it's just what they do to academy players that are under 21. If Tuchel does that to him, I personally would be a little bit done with him because
What
Yeah.
what
I
about
think
Rich
that's
James? What about
wickedness.
Rich James?
No,
For
no,
one
no,
player.
Eric. It's about like when someone does something bad. I get they're successful.
Guys, do you know?
something
Do you,
bad is
Eric, is it you or Sam that said this thing on my last stream? And guys, it was proven right. The person was proven right. Xavier Umbayamba has been promoted to the first team.
Oh yeah, it was. I was talking about how
When?
he
Yeah.
will be on the left
He has been
side.
promoted to the first team.
where
He'll
do you
be on.
see
I know Sam doesn't
Yes,
like him,
he's been
but
promoted. He
Yeah,
has
Sam
been
doesn't
promoted.
like him.
Overrated.
I
He's
don't have a
overrated.
problem with the
Hey,
guy.
Eric, I think it's because he's light skinned. Maybe that's the issue. I think maybe that.
It's not, see, guys, I don't just think the guy is ready. That's just
Oh no, he's
my.
not ready.
Nah,
He's not ready.
I
He's not
watched
ready
him in
now.
a
Not
youth game
ready.
like a
Only
month
if you
ago.
have an injury like Liverpool had last season, where all our defense is injured, that's the only time that guy gets in.
Yeah,
Like
and just to clarify, sorry.
Premier League team he's playing for, the youth team. I don't think they've won a game with him in defense.
Sorry,
Like,
just to
and I'm not
clarify,
saying that of him too, but yeah.
sorry. Anyone watching, I said too short. I was emotional. It's not. It's not. It's
I
not.
know. We
It's
all
not
know.
I
serious.
feel
It's
you.
not
I feel
serious.
you. I feel
But
you.
my head is still hot. My head is still hot. Don't get
I feel
twisted.
you.
I can't let that slide
No,
because it's the same
Enkenos,
thing.
Enkenos,
No,
I
I'm lying.
hate
It's the same thing. It's the same thing as what Blue Ice had with Mourinho and John B. McCall. It's the same.
Yeah.
You can't ruin a player's career.
Yes,
You can't.
see,
You
like I
can't.
said, MKD, like I told you, I said it this season before the season
Why
started. I
are
will
you
repeat
why are
myself
you
again.
throwing me under
Blue
the
eyes,
bus?
mute your mic,
Why are
mute
you
your mic, mute
involving
your
me?
mic, mute your mic.
Face your
Like I said,
problems yourself, man.
like I
Mute
said,
your mic.
wait,
Mute
wait,
your mic.
Haters,
Mute your
man.
mic.
Blue
Mute your
Ice
mic.
hates
mute your mic.
Fabregas
Like,
because
wait,
of
guys.
Mikel. He
Like
hates
I said
Fabregas
before
because
the
of
season
Mikel.
started,
I
Why
say
said
this.
why are you involving
Chelsea,
me? Why are you involving me now?
mute your mic. The back thing we're playing at the moment is working because we're winning matches. And I said it, Tuchel will play back four. I don't know when. He will play back
he
four.
will. He will. He will
He
have
will.
to.
It won't be
That
this
three
I've
season.
seen
will
it.
not work for the whole season.
Tuchel will not play. See, this is the irony. He won't play 4-3-3. He will play 4-2-2-2. That is when Odoi will get in. I've been saying it because
wait, hang on,
in
hang
the
on.
4-2-2-2, you need a
Yeah,
dynamic
yeah.
winger that can
He's
run.
gonna play a 4-2-2-2. Yeah.
4-2-2-2.
At
You
some
need
point.
Odoi. Odoi will
Yeah,
run.
at some
He
point
can
he will.
dribble.
You will
He
have
has
to.
space. He can run. He can run
You need-
behind
you
the
need to-
defender and he can shoot.
I
You
don't
need
He's
know.
a
I
more
don't know.
flair player. 1v1. You need Odoi. That is when
Abdullahi,
the 4-2-2-2
Sinado is our Cristiano Ronaldo.
So wait,
I said
wait,
Yeah,
so
he's
you
a
have to be
Cristiano,
centre.
man. He's a prime Cristiano.
Wait,
I want to address
Sam,
what
what?
I want to address what Ralph
Sinado
said.
will be better than Cristiano in the next
No,
time.
no, no, no,
Easy,
no.
easy,
Relax,
Sam, easy,
relax,
easy.
relax.
He will.
Ralph,
He will. He will.
Relax, relax.
He
Leave
will.
Cristiano
Speak into
alone.
existence.
10
Speak
years
into
to
existence.
come, it's going to be Cho. It's going to be Caltech. That's the biggest brand in football. Just
Exactly. Come on,
Okay,
wait,
okay,
man.
cool.
Caltech.
No, Mbappe's the next Cristiano,
okay.
man.
Mbappe's rubbish. Allow it.
So Ralph, you said that we have to. Why do you think that we have to change to a back four?
I feel like a back three does not work for a whole season. I feel like eventually
Who
it's going
told
to
you
get
this lie?
exposed.
Why are you saying that? We won
This is
the league
nonsense.
with a
Where
back
I
did
three.
that
know,
come
but
from?
Yeah,
eventually it will get exposed. I
Wait,
have a
No,
I
feeling
have a
hang
question.
on,
I have a
hang on.
question.
back
Why,
three
why
does
didn't
not always work.
why didn't what are you telling me that is like because a 4-3-3? Why can't that get exposed to?
Tuchel will not play 4-3. He will play
Why is it
4-2.
only a 3 at the
I
back?
don't
that gets
understand this idea. I don't
I
understand
don't,
it at
I
all.
don't get this
I
right.
told people no, but I told people this. I'm like, I told you.
Tuchel
People
has
were
never
saying we were
played-
going to switch to a 4 at the start of the year. I said,
No,
how
I
can you
didn't. I
switch to
We
a
didn't.
haven't got the
How can you
defenders.
switch
We
to a
haven't got
4?
centre-backs that are
We
good
haven't got the
enough.
profile to
Exactly. Our
play
centre
back.
We
backs
don't
are
have
not
to.
good.
Yeah,
Let's not be.
See,
Come on.
I said it. See, before the season started, I said it. This back three will stay, but eventually Tuchel will switch back to a back four. I'm not saying now. Maybe towards the ending of the season, January, February.
Do you think that's why they want Kunde? Because he's good in the back four.
That is the reason I want Kunde, because he can play in the back three and he can play in the back four.
Are you sure? I think
Yeah,
Kunde
he
is better
can.
in the back three. I think
He's
Kunde is better in the
very
back
good in the
three.
back three. He's
Let's
not back
be real.
four.
Kunde
back
even.
three.
I don't want to
No,
say.
No,
no,
he
no.
can
He
play in the
hasn't.
back
He's not
four.
the fun
Yeah, he's becoming
He's
overrated.
back
He's
four.
becoming
Yeah,
overrated.
Wait,
He's
guys.
becoming overrated.
How is
Guys,
he
he's becoming
becoming
overrated.
overrated?
Why? Here's my thing. Why is
Guys.
everybody all of a sudden saying, "Yeah, couldn't"? I mean, I get it.
No,
Guys,
people were
he's a-
talking
he's
about
a very
people were
good
talking
centre
about
back.
him
Come on.
2 seasons ago.
Wait.
I get what you're saying, but
People-
I feel like it's the new toy syndrome
Thank you.
with this
Exactly.
club.
No,
It's the new toy
Wait,
syndrome. New toy syndrome.
Guys,
I'll be
wait.
like, you remember
We
when
had-
I told you I wanted this
right.
guy? Remember?
We have Jorginho, Kovacic, N'Golo Kante. None of them is a creative player. None is a creative
Saudi
player.
Grass.
None. Now we have a Simon request in which I'm 50-50 about. I need to see him play fully, like watch him live, to see maybe truly it can, even if I can progress the ball, maybe he can have like a 70% brain.
Abdullah, the thing is,
Because Kovacic has brain, but his brain is 0.5 divided by.
That's
If
not.
Saudi Grass don't succeed,
That's
which
not true,
midfielder would you want next
That's
season?
what see. As in as much
I
as
want
people,
Bellingham.
in as much as people highly
No.
rate him. See, wait.
No.
I haven't seen Sam Miguel play that much. That's why I said now he's in Chelsea now. I would love
He's
to see him play more.
He's been on the bench. He's been on the bench.
He's been on
That's
the
why.
bench. Yes, so that's how see because we need in the midfield, we need a progressive midfielder that can progress the ball and shoot. Kovacic does that, but his brain is under his leg. It's not playing football. Wow, that's my problem.
Yeah, marvelous. Defend your guy now. I know it hurts. Yeah, continue.
That's my
Continue
problem.
advice.
That's my problem. Because see, sometimes Kovacic gets the ball, or like Kovacic gets the ball. Can you shoot?
His brain is
Can you
under.
just shoot?
Wait.
My issue with
Do you know Kante? He does that as well.
Kante is not a creative player.
Kante.
He's a runner. He gets
Kante
the ball.
disappoints me. I'm sorry. Like
He's not
Kante,
No, Josh.
It's the same thing.
Josh, Kovacic can't perform his role. Kovacic can't be relied upon to perform his role.
That's why I
That
said
Villarreal game was a disgrace.
We need a progressive midfielder that can progress the.
It's a
That's why I
disgrace.
said. That's why I said I want to see us play more as a back four, because if we play back four, we can see a progressive midfield.
we can't play back.
You can't play a back four.
We don't play
Like,
high.
I'd lie. Tuchel, I don't think will be this. Shall I tell you why? Because Tuchel has to then sign more players. Because this team right now, it will be the same issue that every other manager before has had.
We have to change the team.
Jorginho will be. He'll even, and I know Tuchel isn't that stupid. He won't play Kante DM. He's not that stupid. He's not that stupid. So
No, but
you said it
but
yourself.
for me, the whole thing of Jorginho getting exposed in the back four, I don't believe
I
it.
am from the Athletic East.
I think it's
After
only
the
a Lampard
after
thing.
the- after
That's
the
why he got
international break.
exposed.
no.
No.
There'll always be a catch. There'll always be.
Let's not get into that.
Wait. Wait, after the international break, he will be rewarded a contract and he will get above 200.
Who's at J5?
Job 5, yeah.
Why?
Yeah, makes sense.
Why?
Above
Yeah, he's
200.
getting a
Why are
new
you so
contract.
anti Jorginho, Eric?
I'm
Yeah,
not. Relax.
what's
Wait.
wrong?
I'm just.
Come
I'm just.
on.
Yeah,
I'm just
Fabrizio
wondering.
said, man.
Does
Fabrizio said it, the Athletic said it. After
Does
the international
Jorginho?
break,
Jorginho and Christensen.
J5.
Does he deserve? Because even Rudiger, I'm not sure. Do these players
I don't
deserve?
think you know Rudiger. I don't
No,
think
Eric.
he's
You know, I've caught you. You know, I have receipts of you. You're telling me he was better than
cool.
Ruben Diaz and all these guys. So, Eric, be careful. I have receipts on you. I can find the
Of
receipts.
course, he's better than. Wait, hang on. Did I say anything? Did I say a hot take? Am I?
Okay. So if you're saying that, why
course
do you want that bread?
No. Okay, so who among the best defenders in the league? How many of them are on that kind of money? Maybe Van Dijk. Like who else is getting
Varane is
200K
on
a
that.
week?
Varane's on way more.
But Eric, here's the thing. I'm hearing there's a lot of teams in for Rudiger, man. I'm hearing a lot of clubs are in there.
Get him off. Get him off. Let him go.
PSG,
Let
Madrid. PSG,
Let him go,
Madrid
replace him
want to
with
buy him.
Replace
PSG,
him.
Madrid.
Anyone that's saying Rudiger
Replace him
should
with who?
leave
What
at
kind of
this
Hang on,
age,
you-
right?
No,
guys,
I want him to
replace-
stay. Yeah, but
replacing with
Behave,
Who are you
man.
replacing-
Telling me
who
that
are you
Rudiger
replacing
at
him with?
28, you want him to leave the club now? Seriously?
No, Sam, this is what the problem
Now
is.
he's
No,
leaving.
Sam, this is what the problem is. A proposal has been given to Rudiger and Andreas Christensen. Both of them has been given a proposal.
no, but
No, Abdullah,
Christensen is
Christensen
already
has signed
signed
the
though.
contract, man.
Wait.
It hasn't been announced.
For Rudiger, he said he wants a 5 years deal with an up wages.
With a big salary.
Ganaskia said, this is what Ganaskia said. I will not give you something above 200. It has to be 200 and that's it. But Rudiger said no. Rudiger said they want 250 and Ganaskia said no.
Abdullah, you know the thing. We don't know all these things.
You
That's
see,
my
that-
thing.
that- that's
with
How
all
do we know
what
this?
saying.
Like, how do we know
Like,
that?
That
That's
is
not
what the
always
report is saying.
No, these reports, man. Sometimes
See,
Daily
no,
Mail.
but
No,
but
no,
but
no,
again,
the
that's
the
not
Athletic know
Athletic
everything
said
pretty much.
the Athletic is a tier one. It's a tier
Pretty
one.
much, they know everything.
Daily Mail. They are. You know, Abdullah. You know when you
Daily Mail
play
in
the
England.
game.
You know Daily Mail in England. They come on.
They work
I'm lying. Do you know
Let's
how
not
much
go. Let's
respect
not
Daily
go
Mail
there.
gets
Let's
here?
not.
I don't
I'm
even
lying. You don't know how much respect Daily Mail gets here in England. You don't know. I'm telling you. These guys,
Abdullah,
these guys are criminals.
they did this
They've
with
ruined
Havertz,
too
right?
many black players' careers. I'm saying it right now. I'm
You
sorry.
guys are gonna kill me here, man. My
Do you know? No,
goodness.
I'm lying. Do you know how much Daily Mail gets
Daily
respected here?
Mirror, Daily
Then let me
Mail,
know they are
the
fraud.
Sun.
I know they are fraud. The Sun.
The
And
Sun.
that's
If it's
don't
that,
even mention Sun. That Sun.
Yeah, thank
Shut
you.
up, Mad
The
Law.
Sun.
Shut up,
Thank
The
you.
Mad
Sun,
Law.
No,
the Daily
That
Mail,
news
they're all
sucks.
frauds,
Good
man.
Lord, good Lord.
It's the Athletic that you have to
I
trust.
like, yeah,
for
the
Brits,
Athletic,
yeah.
I'll
Daily
say okay.
Express.
Yeah, the Athletics are ready
The Guardian, even I'll be like, all right,
Yeah,
I
the
understand.
Guardian, yeah.
You know what I mean?
Understand.
But when you start getting into the dailies, please,
Yeah,
please,
don't,
please,
please.
please, please.
And you know the
The
thing with
And Daily
contracts,
Express
Economist.
as well.
I think
The
it's a very
Economist as well.
sensitive topic in the sense that Rudiger has said he wants to stay. I do think that it's normal for them to negotiate. Everyone have their own best interest. I personally don't like getting into all this talk. If Rudiger won't sign, I think we'll know by next year because then you can talk to clubs.
No. By January, he has a
Yeah,
chance to
that's
get
next
a
year
job.
now. So
Yeah,
we'll
but
see.
Marina said he doesn't want Rudiger to
Like,
get into January. He
there's
said he
no
doesn't want him to get into
really
January.
like negotiation is like that. You can't really know what's going on.
Do you know
It's
who's a player that I really
like
want to leave?
like
Danny Drinkwater, man. I can't wait when he leaves this club.
His contract should have been terminated.
Guys, I want to talk
As
about
far as I'm
guys.
aware.
Wait, I want to talk about the next person now. And I'm gonna come to Blue Eyes on this. Cristiano Ronaldo.
It's crap.
Let me mute my mic.
I was
Let me mute my mic.
I was watching comps of him earlier.
Hey, mute your mic. Blue
You,
Eyes.
you know
He has-
people
he
actually
has-
lie
he's
on this
broken-
guy's name.
Wait.
They
He's
lie on
broken
his name.
Ali
Man.
Daly's
I need
record.
to catch some people.
Relax. He's broken Ali Daly record for the most goals in international football, 111 goals. Now, where does Ronaldo rank in world football at the moment?
At the moment, he's 11th.
Blue Eyes.
world.
I thought it's Blue Eyes.
Yeah, okay.
Blue Eyes.
All right.
Cristiano
Top 10.
Ronaldo.
I think he's
He has
11th
broken
player
he has broken the
in world
record,
football.
Ali Daly international football record, 111 goals. Now, what does it rank in terms of
11th.
the most?
Ralph, mute
Ralph.
your mic. Mute your mic.
All right, man. Yo,
No,
get
I'm
it
not-
off
I'm
your
not-
He's
chest,
the
man.
most
No, let him get it off
model
your chest.
footballer in what?
No, I'm not disrespecting him. I'm being
Where-
honest.
Messi
where does
fanboys
it-
are
Yeah,
here
but why
now.
this-
All these
Ralph,
Messi
wait.
fanboys.
All
No,
right,
I'm not a Messi
Ralph,
fanboy.
relax.
Relax,
All
yeah,
right,
man.
man.
Mute your mic.
Let me answer, man. Let me answer
see,
the question.
Terms
Man.
of top 5 or top 10, where do you put Ronaldo? For me,
Right
for me,
now,
wait.
I
For
think-
me, it's not
yeah.
the GOAT. Ian Lionel Messi is not the GOAT for me. He is one of the great players,
Yeah.
but not the GOAT. Because if I'm gonna be the GOAT, where's the
No. But you
where's the
said
World Cup?
at the moment, though.
Where's
You said
the
at
World
the
Cup?
moment in the
No.
world.
Where's the World Cup? If you can't deliver me a World Cup, don't even come in competition about where it goes.
No. Listen.
I don't want to hear that. I do not want to hear that competition. So where do you put Ronaldo?
Yeah, I
In terms
saw-
of-
Yeah,
after the
let
World
me
Cup?
answer this. Let me
I-
answer this.
No.
It's
Can I-
Blue Eyes.
can I answer?
It's Blue Eyes. Not
Can I
you.
answer it, please? Oh, Smokes, who is this guy, man? Yo, let him go. Let him go. Let him get it off his chest, man. What's his name?
Ralph,
No, get it off your
what
chest,
is
bro.
Ralph?
It's okay. I'll go.
I
Get it
just
off
wanna
your
say-
chest, bro.
I just want to say, people lie on
Yeah.
Cristiano Ronaldo's name. This guy was amazing and still is amazing.
Okay.
He used to dribble.
What?
He
Alright.
actually used to dribble. They actually said he never used to dribble.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm
All
saying.
right, man. We appreciate you. We appreciate you, man. Appreciate you. Thank you very much.
Eric, you're a bastard, man. Eric,
Thank you
you're a
so
bastard.
much, man.
Oh, so you're a Messi fanboy too.
You're
You're a Messi fanboy.
We appreciate you, man.
Oh my gosh.
Okay.
So where do you rank
I,
him?
well, yeah,
mean at the
in terms
moment?
of ranking him, it's hard. It's hard in terms of ranking him.
Okay.
in terms
Let,
of
let me change the phase.
looking at.
Let me change the phase now. Top 5 or top 10
Yeah.
in what football?
It's top 10 for sure.
Facts.
Top 10.
Top
Okay,
10
give me
for
your
sure.
first,
And
give me your first 10. Give me your first 10.
and
First 9.
Strikers.
No, this players.
You said first 9 what? Sorry.
He said it is in top 10, right? And I said, okay, give me your first 9 if it is top 10. Goal scoring. In terms, nothing. He just modeled his game to a striker. He's a winger. He's a dynamic winger. He just modeled his game back, I think 2 or 3 years ago.
But he can score goals. He's a winger that scores goals, man.
Now, you said top 10, right? Who are the 9th ahead of him? I want to know.
You're putting him on the spot,
man. But
you're putting him on the spot.
Yeah.
There's so many. I can't think right now because if you tell me to pick 9 ahead of Cristiano, it's going. That means we're going to be here for a while, man. You're going to have to give me a while. Let me do my digging, man.
We can start with Messi, but
do his form. Yeah, do your formula.
Don't mention that name. Yeah, look at this guy. We're talking about football. We're talking about football. We're talking about footballers. You want to start talking about
I'll give you time to think about your 9. But who are you like? Since you said it's your number 10, just give me a top 5 first.
God, man, it's hard, man. Like, where do I start? Where do I start, my brother? R9, man. I got to put R9 in there.
Oh, you're talking about all time?
No, I'm not talking about.
You saying all time, right?
All time when I do all time.
Oh no, he's talking about right now.
He means right now.
He's talking about right now.
Right now. All time is difficult to put him in top 10. Very difficult.
Oh, right now. Oh, you're talking about right now. Right now.
He said top 10.
Right now.
You see, Abdul. Sorry,
I can't
just to quickly interrupt you. You see Abdul in the comments. You guys have to read that. He's correct about Kunde in the comments.
No, but
because when we had that conversation, when I had that conversation, people said
yes,
Ronaldo is top 5 and top. I was like, okay, relax. And I asked them, give me your top 5. I was hearing Garincha, Pele. I was like, Pele. Okay, I get that.
That's not now. That's not now. You're talking about right now.
I was like,
but you're talking about right now.
Right now. See, Ronaldo is a goal scorer. He's a number 9. He's not a winger anymore.
Let's be real. Right now, there's nobody better than Ronaldo apart from Messi. Like, is there a point?
No. Come on. There's a few.
Don't mess with this discussion.
Okay, let me do this to make it more.
No, who is better than this two? Let's be real. Who's better than Ronaldo?
There's a few people.
Wait.
Like who?
Let me change this. Guys, wait. Since you said this stuff, okay, let me make it this.
No. Let's stop this conversation.
Sam, wait. We're going somewhere. Since you said it's top 10, let me make it all time. In all time, where do you rank Ronaldo?
No, Abdullah, don't do that. That's a long road, man. All time, come on.
All time. Man.
Just watching compilation videos of all these players. Nah, man. It's too far now.
I can't think, man.
Okay. Now, let's just say, okay. Let me take it out now. Just give me
my football knowledge. No reach that one, man.
No, Abdullah. The way you should ask this question is players you have watched. Okay, let's do it like this for everyone. The player you've seen live, like during your own time of watching football. There's no need of going 50, 70, maybe
players
70 years old. Players you've watched, where does Ronaldo rank in them? I think that's a little bit better than going back in history that far.
Top 10?
Blue Eyes, want to go?
Yeah, for sure. For me. For sure. For me, top 10, man. Top 10.
Okay, what was the first 9? The first 9.
R9.
1.
You gotta give me R9. You gotta give me Thierry Henry. You gotta give me. Hi, man.
Wait, what?
Wait, bro, I think Henry is better than Ronaldo.
Let him talk, guys. Let him land.
He's a better footballer.
Henry is better than Ronaldo.
He's a better footballer.
Which one?
Of course he is. Yeah.
Nah, that's why right now, in terms of scoring goals, we're talking about scoring goals or a better player.
player as a
That's
whole,
what.
everything,
A player as a
winning
whole, players as a
trophies,
whole.
It's not even
everything.
close, man.
Because if he's scoring goals, you're gonna have to put Ali Shearer in there. That's
Chai,
obviously.
chai,
Okay,
chai,
let,
chai,
let me
chai,
do.
chai.
I don't want to go to.
Maybe
I
you
don't
should
think I
maybe you
will
should
wait
move on
with.
from Blue Eyes.
Let me,
I think
wait,
he's
wait. I don't want to back
No,
to
no.
that.
I'm
If we're talking, if
tongue-tied.
we're
Wait,
talking
wait,
about scoring
I'm
goals,
tongue-tied.
wait,
Please
wait,
move on
wait,
from
guys.
me.
if we're talking about
Let me move
if
on.
we're
Let me,
talking
wait,
about
wait, wait,
scoring
wait,
goals,
wait,
you
wait,
guys better talk
wait.
about Matt Letizia.
Get your mouth, Leticia, out of the way.
Oh my
Abdullahi, let me
goodness,
just
Midfielder.
answer.
please.
Wait,
Abdullahi,
wait, wait, wait,
Abdullahi,
wait,
actually, I'm
wait,
soon going to leave.
wait,
Let me
wait,
just
wait.
answer this real question, real
Okay.
quick. For me, Ronaldo, players I've watched,
Mm-hmm.
Ronaldo is top five easily,
wow,
easily, and
easily.
I will even say top three.
Whoa,
Yes,
what?
yes, Ronaldo is top three for me.
No, no, no.
I
You
know
actually
you
like
guys
watching
see,
him.
this is where I see that there's an agenda against this guy because I say
Yeah,
this and you
there
guys are
is.
making it seem
There
like
is.
the
Like
biggest.
it's some
Oh,
extra
I
I,
Ronaldo is
extraterrestrial
my man.
statements.
there's an
Ronaldo
exactly. No, no, no.
is
there's an
my
Let me just
man.
finish
agenda.
this.
No, no,
Let me
no. Come
finish
on,
this
guys,
because
come on.
it's like, oh, I'm saying something like, oh, Dan James is in my top three. That's how you guys are making Ronaldo team right now. No, it's the fact. Let's be real
No,
here.
no,
If we
no,
want
no,
to,
no, no,
That's
no,
so
no,
let's
no,
put
no,
our
no,
true.
no.
That's
agendas
Ronaldo
so
is
to
my
work.
true.
man. Ronaldo is
Let's
my
put our
man. I
agendas
beg,
to
it's my man.
like
Oh,
this guy,
okay,
what he
okay,
has
cool.
done in football, when you talk about everything, impact,
Wow.
trophies, turning up at the biggest stage at the right time. I don't think there's that, and this is personal to me. I haven't seen a lot of players do that. He's easily top three for me. Easily.
Okay. So who's ahead of him?
I don't even say they're ahead of him. I don't think Messi is
Okay, so
too ahead of
he's
him.
number one.
He could easily be number one even.
Okay, so
Player I've watched,
who's your top three?
it would be Messi, Ronaldo, and R9. And that's just personally me. So
Hi.
yeah.
See, mentioning Messi and Ronaldo in the same sentence. My
What? So
goodness. Chai.
nobody's rating out of 10.
Blue
Come on.
Oh,
Eyes.
See,
Nobody's
this is
Stop
rating
my
out
it,
of
thing
10.
with
man.
this
Stop it,
agenda.
man.
So Messi is not that, but like
Guys, I don't want to have a
Not.
conversation about Messi. See, I've been having
Messi's
that
better.
conversation for
Chai.
a very long time.
Chai.
That conversation is giving me a headache. I don't want to talk about Messi Ronaldo because they are
Now
fanboy.
he went to
Are too
the
toxic. It's too toxic.
Agric Education League.
So Blue
Nonsense.
Eyes, let me come this way. He has broken the record of Ali Daily international football. Now, where does it go next? Because now people are saying he's a United, he's playing for United this season now, and he's gonna make his debut this coming weekend. Not
Yeah,
this coming week. He will make his
against
official United
Newcastle.
debut. This Newcastle, yeah. Watching Ronaldo now after breaking the record now,
Yes,
how do we rate him
yes.
in terms of player? How do we rate him?
He's been an all-round um, winner and professional. And he's basically the definition of the older you get, the better. Being able to put away two badass goals like that at the twilight of his goal. And
Against Ireland.
if you look at the and he's put together in league football, just tells its own story, man. So we're looking at a legend
of the
I
game.
have to say. Of the game, for sure, man. This guy was a legend even before, and you know when you want to call a player a legend is after he's done.
Yeah,
But
exactly.
this guy, you can that he's setting the pace, man. Not like the other one that's running around like
Easy.
Relax.
Look at his agenda. Look at his agenda.
Enkedons, he has broken
Dora
Ali
the
Daly record.
Explorer. Dora the Explorer,
He has
man.
broken Ali Daly record of 111 goals international football. Where do you rank Ronaldo in World football now? NK, unmute yourself. I'll come back to you later. Marvelous. Where do you rank him in World football?
Currently or of all time?
He's broken the record that has played for so many
Yeah,
years.
where do I rank him currently or all time?
Both currently and on time. Where do you put him?
Currently, I think he's dipping and dabbling in that number 2, number 3 position. Sometimes he's number 2, Sometimes he's number 3. But I definitely think this upcoming season he has a chip on his shoulder. So he's gonna be at his very best. I see him like shutting a lot of critics and doubters up this upcoming season. I think Messi's number 1, and then I'd put Cristiano Ronaldo as that 2 or 3
2 or
because
3.
yeah, 2 or 3 in the sense that they may be a player such as like a Neymar who has like a streak where he performs a lot better than Ronaldo and that he's in 2. But then, so Ronaldo goes 2 or 3, 2 or 3. But all time I would put Ronaldo at like 5, number 5.
Mm.
Yeah, I think that's fair. And I'm not a fanboy of either one of them. But I do think a lot of times in comparison to Messi, Cristiano Ronaldo gets the short end of the stick
Rightfully.
because Messi is like this outerworldly alien-like player.
He is better to look at. It's
Cristiano
just
Ronaldo
aesthetics.
unfortunately
yeah,
gets
he's just better.
compared. And I feel like there shouldn't be a comparison because they kind of play
Marvelous.
in 2 separate ways.
Everything you said, I'm right. But I'm going to have a problem with Ronaldo this season. You know why?
Why?
Like I said, I do not want, and I repeat myself again, if any United fans or Ronaldo fan are listening to me, including me too, because I grew up watching him. He is my favorite player. Ronaldo, if you are listening to me, do not, I repeat myself, do not take a free kick, please. I'm begging you. Please, Ronaldo.
Wow.
He's just on a poach. He's a poacher.
Please.
That's all.
They
he is
have
right
Bruno,
now.
so
Please.
although no, he will because he's the guy.
If Ronaldo take a free kick, I am off my TV. I'm putting that TV off. If he took a free
he's
kick,
the main man.
if he's taking that free kick, it's either going to Manchester or Paris. That's where the free kick is going to. Please, I'm begging you, don't take a free kick. Continue, Marvelous. Please, in as much as I love you, Ronaldo, do not take a free kick. Please, don't.
Wait, are you guys really scared of Ronaldo for this season? At United.
Relax, baby, hang on,
Relax. Finish up, then I'll come to Eric.
Is he there?
My Marvelous. I think Eric. Where do you rank him now?
Okay.
Like overall, like all time and now. Where do you put Ronaldo?
Okay, I'm going to do three rankings. Okay, so the first one is Ronaldo right now. So I think he's top 10 maybe. If I just think of the best players right now, you have Salah, De Bruyne, Lewandowski. Lewandowski. No, I can't put Pogba there.
Oh,
I mean right now. Pogba is not. No, I can't put him. So Salah, De Bruyne, Lewandowski.
What's De Bruyne doing now?
Messi.
I don't know. De Bruyne.
What's De Bruyne doing now? Why is De Bruyne gets such a special treatment? But yeah, go on.
Trying to think. Who else is there? I'm actually struggling now.
Yeah, the quality of football nowadays in terms of individuals is
I didn't think I would be struggling. Can I put a defender in there? Yeah, I can put a defender, I guess.
Yeah.
Maybe Van Dijk. I'll go with Thiago Silva as well. So I would say he's around top 10. I won't put it in order, but he's somewhere there in the top 10 list. I think that's fair. In terms of all time, I would say in terms of the best player of all time, he has to be like maybe 10th or lower in terms of the best players. I don't think he's top 5 for best players. So I think for me, Messi is number 1. I think Messi is the best player I've ever seen. So, but Ronaldo is somewhere in the top 10, maybe lower, maybe 11th or 12th. I don't know, because you have to think there's a lot of there's been a lot of high quality players. It's difficult for me to like go through all of them now, but top 10, maybe top 15 in terms of the best players of all time. In terms of
Messi is
And it's
number
harsh.
one.
It's actually harsh. It's actually harsh because when you look at his stats, Ronaldo has some fantastic stats. But obviously, it's not just about stats. It's about looking at the eye test as well. So when you look at the eye test, you can't put Ronaldo that high. So okay, so the third one in terms of the greatest players of all time. Greatest players of all time, I think Cristiano has to be top five.
No World
For
Cup.
me,
No
he has.
World Cup.
Yeah, yes,
No
yes.
World Cup.
Even yes, I know he has no World Cup, but based on what he's done as an individual, he has been one of the players who have changed the way people look at football. So he has to be top five. I think he's number five. I think so. Let me just say my top five in order in terms of greatest players. I think number one is Pele. Number two, Maradona. Number three, I'll go for Zidane. And then number four is Messi. Number five, Cristiano. I think that's my top five. I know people will say, "Why? Where's R9?" I know, but for
With
me,
R10
R9
as
doesn't.
well.
Messi, Ronaldo, no World Cup. What are they doing in 4 and 5?
Like I said, yes, there's no World Cup there, but in terms of what they've done, like the World Cup is the only thing you can say against them. They've done everything else. So
Yeah.
obviously, it's the biggest thing. Is the one you look at when talking about goats. That's why they're not the goats. So if Messi won the World Cup in 2014, he
He's
would
a
have been,
goat.
yeah, exactly. He's the goat. So, but obviously he didn't. So, but for me, those two have had so much impact on football that they have to be in the top five. So that's what I would say.
If I have to credit Ronaldo based on everything he's done in football, I'm gonna give him 2 ranking. Right now, based on everything, like I put Ronaldo one of the great player for me, not the good, because if I look at his career, what he's done from Lisbon to especially to United Madrid, what he's done in football is unbelievable. For the past 15 to 20 years, Ronaldo has been playing football and he never stopped playing. So right now, I will put him in top 5 right now. Ash, but based on what I've seen in him, the player I've watched, I'll put Ronaldo top 5 right now. Right now, I'll
Wait,
put him in top
right
5.
now, as in his Juventus days in
If
Portugal
I if
right
I have
now.
to if I have to include the Juventus days, I'll still put them in top 5 because Juventus has a great midfield. Despite that, it still carry that team. It's
A
still
lot of teams have brick midfields.
break. Wait. Are you gonna tell me Pjanic, Hoto, Ramsey? What the heck? Bernadeschi, Brick
I've seen
Academy,
PSG.
Siberia.
We've seen PSG with when it's just Neymar and Mbappe, and then Di Maria, and then there's the rest of them and Variety, and then the rest of them are bricks.
There's a difference. That's PSG. I'm talking about Juventus when Ronaldo was in Juventus. Look
Yeah,
at
I'm
this
saying that
midfield. Mhm.
some of the best players nowadays, they don't have great teams. They
Mhm.
don't have good teams.
But you can't compare those team of Kylian Mbappe, Neymar, Di Maria, Marco Verratti, Paredes to Bernadeschi, Ramsey,
Come on, Ramsey
Hoto.
doesn't start.
No, that's a ridiculous midfield. That's stupid midfield. Like that's a brick academic. It should be invented into brick. So right now, Ronaldo is for me. I'll put him in top 5 for me. If I look at what he's won, like overall, is how good of a player is, the goal scoring and everything. I'll put him in top 5 because I cannot neglect what he's done in football for me. And overall, if I have to choose play overall, it's tough, but I'll also put him in top 5. Because if I have to look at players that I've played overall player, I still have to like have 3 or 4 in my head that I believe that I still kind of better goal scorer than Ronaldo, better player, overall all round player than Cristiano Ronaldo for me. So for me, in terms of that, I'll put him that. People may put him in top 10, top 20. Yes, I agree. I'm not gonna disappear in this. Yeah, people will put him in some people doesn't even rate Ronaldo, they'll put him in top 20. I can't
Yeah,
find them.
there's a reason for that. It's the aesthetics.
Aesthetic, yeah.
He's not
People
pleasing on the ball
people put him in top 10.
compared to the goats.
Regardless of how much you rate Ronaldo, they'll put him in top 10. That's how they rate him highly. But for me, he's a top 5 because if you look at what he's won, how he's played as a player, you cannot disrespect what he's won. I will not lie, you cannot, because this guy is a phenom, he's a goal machine. When you call a player a goal machine, you have to respect what he's won in football. That's how I have to put him in top five for me.
Wait, do you feel like, okay, actually, do you feel like in terms of impact on the game, who's had a bigger impact,
Yeah.
Ronaldinho or Ronaldo? R7,
Who has a big impact?
bigger impact on football
Ronaldinho or
or Ronaldo?
CR7? Is it Delima
CR7.
Ronaldo? Or is it CR7 or Ronaldinho? I think I'll go for CR7 because
What?
Ronaldo, yes, Champions League impact is an
No,
impact
I mean impact on the footballing world.
on the football.
I think he's right. I think he's right. To be honest,
I,
No,
I
come
think
on, Jogo
because
Benito, like,
see, if
go
I have
on,
to
go on.
choose impact in football, when I do Champions League, see, if I have to bet my money on a player and on an impact player at the moment in Europe, I'll put it in Ronaldo because
Ronaldo. Yeah,
I know, I can guarantee anybody, I know, I'm winning on Ronaldo, I'm winning because it will get me goals. Whatever you call it, you can call it Penaldo or anything. It will score those goals because he's a goal machine. He's good
I
on the
think,
air.
yeah,
No, but the
yeah.
He
thing
can
is,
score penalties.
what I'm talking about is not basically just on the pitch. I mean, just the marketing side of football.
Marketing
Marketing.
side
Like,
yeah.
Are you serious?
I'm still gonna
the
go
thing
to
is,
Ronaldo.
Cristiano's
Marketing,
number.
yeah.
Cristiano's number one.
Are we
Number
forgetting
one.
the whole game was created because of Ronaldinho? FIFA
No, it
Street.
wasn't. No,
Yes, it was.
no, no.
See,
FIFA Street was created because of Ronaldinho.
if
The
I,
whole
if you
the whole
see if you're
thing
gonna
with
tell me about Ronaldinho, if you're looking at
Jogo
longevity,
Benito was Ronaldinho.
Ronaldinho did not even have longevity that Ronaldo has.
Yeah, okay, yeah, but yeah, so that's one thing. Longevity, but that's longevity doesn't. It's not a point where me personally, I don't feel like it weighs a lot because if a player wins everything in football and he wants to decide to go do whatever he wants to do, I have nothing against you. It's your life.
Yeah, I
He
know.
won the World Cup, Champions League,
Ronaldinho's
and it's
impact
finished.
on football is not as high as Cristiano. It's just not
Ronaldo,
the same.
Ronaldinho is more of an
Come on.
entertainment
No, no,
footballer.
It's not as much.
we have to factor in things such as the internet, the way that you
Exactly.
can brand yourself as an athlete in this era. I
Exactly,
mean,
it's much better now than
what's the name
before.
of that wonder kid from AC Milan? That has like 15 million followers on Instagram, but his career never really materialized to anything. He had like six-figure or seven-figure deals with Puma and Adidas and Nike. So the internet and branding yourself as an athlete can make you come across as being bigger and better than you actually are on the pitch. You know,
Yep.
back when Ronaldinho played, the internet was there, but it was still in its infancy. You didn't have a Facebook or an Instagram or a Twitter the way you have it now.
It's like everybody would be talking about Ronaldinho
And if
if the internet was as
anything,
big as
you
then.
could look at it as a positive and a negative. The positive side is that you have a PR team and you're able to spin things to favor your client, to favor the athlete. But the negative side, I would say, for Ronaldinho would have been if the paparazzi were there as extensively, or if social media was there as extensively. I feel like with Ronaldinho, you would see things such as him partying during the season, him getting insanely
Yeah,
drunk during the regular season. I feel like Ronaldinho lives such a wild lifestyle. And I
he's not
think
wild, bro.
HH made reference to this one time. It influenced the way he played. This sort of lackadaisical, I do my own tricks when I want to, how I want to. I do
Mm.
my own
Is an
flair.
entertainer.
It
Is
was
an
it was a
entertainer.
it was a reflection of his lifestyle off the pitch. And I do feel like if things such as Instagram were there, it may have even hurt his brand more than helped it.
You can also
But the
add
thing
to
is, like,
that.
when you watch him on the pitch, like the whole brand thing
Yeah, we
doesn't
see.
mean anything because he's
Ralph,
performing on the
Josh,
pitch.
Ronaldinho is an entertainer. He dribbles, he does so many stuff.
Yeah,
Ronaldo is a goal scorer.
He's
There's a
a winner as
difference
well.
between.
Yeah, yeah, they play different positions.
we
Like,
can.
but Ronaldinho is not a
But
goal scorer; he's a
Ronaldo
creator.
started off as an entertainer, though. I think
Correct.
Sir Alex Ferguson sort of chiseled him and sort of
Yeah,
molded him in the direction of, listen, for the sake of your career, you don't want to be doing these Rabonas in the wrong place and then
Yeah.
getting into these tackles that could potentially injure you. You know, you don't want to
the
take this
yeah,
long-term punishment. You want to show more discipline. Dribble if it's necessary, but if it's not necessary, get some space, either pass or shoot. And I think Sir Alex Ferguson, especially towards the end of his United career, he had that season where he scored 42 goals. I think Sir Alex Ferguson sort of drilled into him, if you want to be long term, if you want to have longevity, you have to transcend beyond being just a dribbler. I mean, look at players who base their whole career on dribbling. Aside from Lionel Messi, who is an anomaly, a lot of players who base their whole career on dribbling never really have that much longevity.
because they're not as
Robinho,
effective. Yeah,
they're not as effective, and all the tackles sort of catch up to them at some point. Robinho, um,
Oh, not even
West
photo.
West Product. Continue.
Ronaldo, um, Eden Hazard, you can say in present
Neymar.
in this time,
McDaniel's. Did you say
Neymar.
McDaniel's side?
No, he's really skinny now. He's actually lost a lot of weight now.
Yeah, and it's
But
playing food. It's played good. I love it. It played good today. I was impressed.
so when people say, but when we talk about influence, though, Ronaldinho's influence on street football and indoor football is undeniable. He's the most influential player in that regard. Like if you go to the favelas, if you go to Abdullah, you're Nigerian. You know,
Yeah, it's
Eric, you're
global. It's
Nigerian. Blue
global.
Eyes, you're Nigerian. If you go to street football, a lot of people that play at that level idolize Ronaldinho. But if you start to get into more structured footballing situations, such as academies, such as under 11, under 16, under 21, where there's proper structure, a lot of the players start to idolize more of Messi and Cristiano Ronaldo.
I
But
feel like a lot.
but
The
on
thing
the
is,
amateur
with
level,
that
Ronaldinho
Kansei
is goated.
generation, well, with that Kansei, it's the generation we're in. Like the
Exactly,
generation, the
exactly.
youngest that we're looking at right now,
hmm
they're looking at Messi, Ronaldo, because that's what they see, that's what they watch.
That's it. That's it.
The previous generation were watching.
Tosin would have been a perfect person to have for this conversation. Abdullah, you remember when we had the Neymar Ronaldinho debate,
Yeah.
and Tosin went on this meltdown?
Tosin, where are you? I know you are listening, brother. I know you are listening. Give us a talk. I need you. See, Tosin, the UCL is starting very soon. I need you in this team for the UCL. I need you. You've been absent for how many weeks now? I have to count that weeks. I need
And
you.
you know, like I'm trying to think of more players because there's a lot of them. A lot of players who have this
Charisma.
undeniable flair. Quaresma, thank you. Ricardo Quaresma is another one. A lot of players whose game is based on street soccer, street football influences, they never really last long term. That sort of play style doesn't lend itself for
You land
long
them in
term
you land them in
success.
injury.
They get injured a lot, and a lot of them are ill
Dembele.
disciplined.
Dembele. Look,
Dembele, yeah,
there's
a
a
lot
lot
of
of them.
them are ill disciplined too, because HH said this perfectly. When a player is always dribbling on the pitch, it's reflective of their personality and the life they live outside the pitch. A lot of them, they don't diet as much. They feel like their dribbling could take them through any situation. A lot of them are stubborn. They don't listen to the coaches.
That's very, very harsh. Because like, for example, in Brazil, if you're living in a ghetto town, all you learn is dribbling. Like you're playing
Yeah.
football on the ground with rocks and all that. Like that's how you grew up with dribbling. So that is just the skill that they have. Like Brazilians are blessed with dribbling skills.
And in a lot of these
Artem,
communities,
Zico, all of those.
they're the pitches are so bad that it's either they play in concrete or they play indoors in football gyms. You know? So
Yeah.
So, let's just develop on this one. I don't know Ronaldo found stuff.
even Kaká to a certain extent,
I want to talk about something else now.
you know?
Let me come to Eric on this. Top 3 Premier League. Who's gonna be the top 3 end of the season?
Players, Matt Letizia.
With top 3 teams.
Easy. You're not listening. You're not listening to
Top 3 teams in EPL, and who's gonna relegate and give
this
me a
season,
winner?
right?
Even
Yeah,
Man
this
to say top 4.
Wait. who's gonna be the top three or the top four, and top three
Yeah.
is gonna get relegated, and who's gonna be the winner of the Premier League title.
Okay. I thought you were talking about individual players. Okay.
No. I'm talking
No.
about
So
the club.
teams. Okay. So
But like
top three.
teams.
My top three is I did a whole 20 before
Make
the
it
season
top.
started.
Make it top four. Because there's
Yeah,
Okay,
only
top
top
four.
four. Okay. Yeah, sorry. Yeah, that's true. Top four. Let me try and find it quickly.
This is the top
But
four.
my top four is Man City first,
Man City.
Chelsea second. Third is I think I went with United third, and then fourth is Liverpool. And that doesn't mean that I'm trying to disrespect Liverpool, but in my opinion, yeah, I'm not too convinced with the attack, so I don't think they'll get top four. Of course, they can challenge, they can win it, but I think they'll miss out. I think they'll just get top four. So I'll go with fourth for Liverpool, and
So
then
top three
relegated.
relegation.
Yeah, so relegation is Watford, Norwich,
Norwich.
and Brentford. Yeah, so basically all the three teams that. Oh, actually no. Who am I missing? Who am I
I don't
missing
think
there?
Brentford will go down, you know.
Am I missing a team? Okay, no, I'm confusing. Okay, yeah, so that's right. Yeah, so all the teams that they're promoted, I think they'll all go back down. So Watford, Norwich, Brentford,
So who's gonna be a Premier League winner? Title. Who's gonna win it?
City.
Man City. Yeah,
Man City. Marvelous. Top four, the Premier League winner, and the top three relegation team. Oh,
It's on
blue,
mute.
blue eyes. Top four. First, who's gonna win the Premier League title, and gonna be three relegation team.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you. Can hear you.
So top four for me. Number one, Chelsea. Number
Obviously.
number two. Manchester United.
Ahead of City.
Number three, City. Number come down to
Who's
Tottenham
number four?
versus Liverpool. Tottenham versus Liverpool.
So it's gonna be
And then
Tottenham
when they
versus
come,
Liverpool. No,
number
Liverpool, no
four.
Tottenham. Wow.
One of them.
So
One of them.
none of them. So who's gonna go relegation?
Relegation right now, as it stands, unless any miracle, Norwich. I also want to look, and Watford. I'm not sure about Watford. Watford looks very interesting,
What's
even
what
though I
12?
think they won their first game.
Yeah, they're in 12.
Yeah, I guess.
Yeah, I know. Yeah,
but who
against
will
Villa.
go
So
down
I'm not
ahead
sure. I'm not sure.
who will replace Watford?
Newcastle.
From the championship coming up.
Steve Bruce
So
at
yeah,
Newcastle.
who will get relegated instead of Watford?
Newcastle.
I'm not sure, man. I think the Newcastle will stay
I
up.
don't know. No, not
There's
Newcastle,
quite a lot
man.
of good teams down
Norwich.
there.
Norwich. It's hard, man.
I heard some
And
people
then
saying
maybe Burnley, but Burnley,
Nah, Burnley.
Nah,
maybe, yeah.
Burnley is too
Burnley are
stubborn.
not going anywhere.
Yeah,
Burnley is
it's
They're
too
not going
the
stubborn.
same.
They're not going anywhere.
Yeah, gotta get used to it.
Yeah.
Sean Dyche is a master
Right
at
now,
what he does.
Watford, Norwich, and
Oh yeah,
Oh, Palace. Yeah,
Palace.
exactly. Palace. Yeah,
Palace. Oh
yeah.
my god.
yeah. I think Palace will get.
I don't think Palace is going to go. Yeah, Palace potentially too.
Patrick Brigvera.
So
no, they've got
who's gonna
Gallagher.
win
They're
the Premier League for
fine.
you? Who will win the Premier League for you?
He said Chelsea.
Chelsea.
No, Chelsea. So marvelous. Top four.
Chelsea is going to win the
Relegation.
Premier League, man.
Okay, top four.
Easy.
Marvelous. Top four relegation and Premier League title.
I think number one
No,
and
it's
two.
Hoha.
Number 1 and 2 is going to be between Chelsea and Manchester City. 1 and 2. No. Actually, 1 and 2 is going to be between Chelsea and Manchester United. And then
Thank you.
3 and
Thank you very
4,
much.
3 and 4 is going to be between City and Liverpool.
So
And
Tottenham
then
are initial
see
ground, right?
Tottenham may come. Tottenham could finish third. That's the tricky
What?
thing. Yes, I know it
No
sounds
chance.
crazy. I feel like Nuno is
I'm
gonna.
telling you, man.
I feel like
They have
Nuno
too
is
many
gonna
games.
make defensively. He's gonna make them so solid. That's why, like a week and a half ago, I said they're the team that are gonna chip away at a lot of our rivals to give us some breathing room. I'm not saying we're depending on them, but I'm saying we're gonna take care of our own business. But for example, City lost to Tottenham.
Yeah,
I
they
feel
always
like
lose to
results
Tottenham.
like that are going to happen to where we're going to have some breathing room in our position. Tottenham could easily end up third. I see Tottenham anywhere between third, fourth, or fifth.
But why? The things I don't get, they don't have a squad, and they have more
They're
games than
playing. They're
everyone
playing
else.
more like a team than I've seen them play as a team in the last 3 seasons. I mean, look at their result speaks for itself. 1 goal in each
Yeah,
game.
1-0, 1-0, 1-0.
Look,
But
Exactly.
they
That
got they
that
got
speaks for
destroyed. Then
itself.
they got
They're
destroyed
playing.
in 2 of the games. You can't keep riding on that.
they,
Like,
they
it's not
won't they
sustainable.
won't get top four. No way,
Yeah,
no
it's not
chance.
sustainable how they're playing right now. It's
They just
far from
can't. They won't do it.
sustainable. They will
We'll
fall down.
see.
They're going to
But
fall.
but they also haven't conceded any goals.
Yeah, because they're
Look,
playing
it's a very good
defensively.
start. It's a good. You can't
It's a good
deny it.
start.
It's a
Yeah, I'm
good
not saying
start.
it's not a good start. I'm saying when games start to come in, they're playing Europa League conference. They're going to be in all competitions. They're going to be playing a lot more games.
But no.
So
Given that
when
this
that
is
start happens, they have a
Nuno's
full
first
squad.
season, I can possibly see him throwing every other competition to ensure that they get top 4. I wouldn't be surprised.
They won't. They won't get top.
They're not
Because
stronger than Man City
what's
or
the
Liverpool
prestige?
or
What's the
United.
prestige that they're gonna get from winning the conference UEFA Conference League? There's no prestige to that trophy.
Marvelous. It's a gamble, and they won't get it because the
It's not
teams
even
are.
worth the gamble because
It's
there's
not worth the
bigger
gamble.
teams, better teams that are
Exactly. The
stronger.
teams in the
Like,
top four are too good.
yeah,
They're much better than Spurs, so
Okay,
it won't happen.
here's the thing. You play each team twice, right? They've already beaten City 1 time, right?
Okay.
yeah,
They
but
only
yeah,
have to worry about playing City one more time.
They don't need to worry about the
yeah,
City or
but
any of them.
you are assuming that Tottenham will always beat the lower teams. They don't beat the lower teams.
Exactly.
You're
You have
making
to
that
beat.
assumption that they'll beat the lower
You
teams.
have to beat the lower teams to get top four. You have to get
Yeah.
that consistency.
Okay, but I'm still sticking by my guns.
Okay.
We'll revisit this like
We'll see.
every 12 games because the league, if you divide it by 12 12 12, so every 12 or 13 games we'll revisit this and we'll see.
Okay, so
But
But as
Mar-
far as
where's your
relegation,
top 3 relegation?
it's so sad because Norwich, for a team that plays as
You guys are gonna hate
positively
me. You guys are gonna hate my relegation. You're gonna hate me. Don't
for
worry.
a team that plays as positively as Norwich do, and in the last 6 seasons, every time they come up, you can almost tell from the
Yeah,
first
done
game
that.
that they're going back down. I think they'll go back down. I think they'll be in 20th place, and it's so sad because they perform tremendously in the championship, but they just come to the Premier League and their gung ho style of attack, attack, attack almost guarantees that they always get smacked around. I think Newcastle, I think this is the season that their luck runs out. Steve
Ooh.
Bruce, Steve Steve Bruce, man. They fired Rafa Benitez for Steve Bruce. And
And the
It
last
this
won't
one.
happen,
third
man.
team,
It won't happen.
that I'm
He
about
didn't
to
leave. I swear
say,
he got fired.
Where's the third
I swear
team?
he left.
Let him talk. Let him talk. The third
this
team.
13, I don't think this will happen because it may be a case of being too good to go down. But I just have this. If I had one wish, I would love to see Arsenal get relegated, man. Please.
Ooh, please,
Nah,
please,
come on, man. We need the banter.
please.
We need them in the Premier League. Come on.
No.
If
If
Arsenal
they
go,
get
I mean,
relegated to the
oh my,
championship, I think it's
if
over
Arsenal
for
go
them
down, if Arsenal go down, I
because
would
they'll
laugh
lose
for
a
like
lot of
5 minutes straight,
players.
man.
They'll lose a lot of
It'll be too
players, and
funny.
I doubt they'll be able to come back up the
The
first
thing is,
season.
no, they'll lose a lot of players if they finish 17th. Just
They
above
need
the
to go
relegation zone.
down. They need to go down.
They need
If
to go down. They need
if
to go
they
down.
finish 17th, they'll lose a lot of players, but they can also
said-
sign a lot of players.
You say it can't happen, but look where they are. They can't even score against Brentford. So
Yeah. It's going to get to a point where
Big teams have
Arteta
gone
will be
down
sacked.
before. Big teams have gone down before. Remember Leeds when they went down before they never came up again until what's his name brought them up? Bielsa. Leeds used to be a big
But the
team.
thing is, people
No one
forget
thought they
Leeds.
would go down.
No, the thing about
I know.
Leeds
I remember those
is the
days.
thing.
You remember that, right, Blue Eyes?
Of course.
So
Yeah, man.
marvelous. Who's
Olivier
winning the
Dacor and those
who's
guys.
winning the
Yeah.
Premier League? Who's winning the Premier League?
Either City or Chelsea.
pick one.
Pick one.
Uh, Chelsea.
Josh, top 4 Premier League title and relegation.
Chelsea, City, Liverpool, United.
3 relegation.
Relegation. Norwich, Watford, Palace.
And who's winning the Premier League title?
Chelsea.
My top 4, you guys, don't come at me. It is my choice.
Oh my God.
Don't come at me. Chelsea, United,
Be careful.
Don't say Arsenal. Look.
I'm happy that 3 people think United will finish second because that's where I think they'll end up.
Chelsea, United,
ahead of City.
Manchester City,
Leicester. What
and
about
West
Leicester?
Ham United. And West Ham United.
Oh, I forgot to say. Should
My-
things go a certain way, let me just say this. I can easily see Everton
Oh my
causing
God.
some damage, like in that 5th or 6th position.
And my top 3 is
No, bottom 3.
my top 3 as I'm looking at it right now. I think Watford will survive, Norwich will survive. In as much as they play gun football, they will survive.
What?
Norwich will survive. Wow.
Yes, I have that belief they will
What are you
survive.
talking
Yeah,
about?
Abdullah,
Okay.
you've been drinking
Okay.
something.
Yes, Norwich will
drinking
survive.
something.
In as much as they play this attacking football, Norwich will survive. Norwich can still get point off Crystal Palace. They can still beat Burnley. In as much as Burnley play this football,
They cannot be bad.
it's
They
still
only play good
possible.
football now, yeah.
They can still beat Burnley with this attacking full-flair football. So, my top 3 for relegation, it's tough, but with what I'm seeing right now, I'm gonna go Burnley.
What?
Mm-hmm.
Oh God.
I'm gonna go Burnley, Arsenal.
Ooh.
Yeah,
Yes.
Abdullah, you've been drinking. You've been drinking.
Burnley,
Stop that.
I'm being, I see. You can hate on me. Burnley, Arsenal. Let me stop lying.
Oh god.
Burnley,
We're talking about
Arsenal.
July of 41, fam.
And I think Palace will survive. Palace will just edge it. Newcastle will edge it. I think Newcastle will edge it.
Palace
will-
has to survive.
Yeah, they will survive. They will edge it. I think the team you guys are not keeping an eye on is Arsenal for me. Southampton will be relegated. Southampton, Arsenal, and
So
and
you're
Burnley-
saying all
and
the
Burnley.
3 teams that came up
Southampton aren't going
will
anywhere.
survive?
Burnley, Southampton, and Arsenal.
Mark
think it's about
Letitia. That's Letitia's team. Oh.
Southampton aren't going anywhere, Abdullah.
They're not going anywhere. Wait, Abdullah, you didn't pick one team that came from Championship.
I think
Yes.
Norwich will go down for sure.
Norwich.
I think
I have this
Newcastle,
belief.
their luck
Norwich
will
will
run
survive.
out.
They will survive. I have that belief they will survive.
What logical reason
for
do
the
you have?
last, not even, when I spoke, I said 6 seasons. In the last 10 years, anytime Norwich come up, they always go right back down the next
Yes,
season.
this time
They're like
around,
Fulham, they're like Fulham.
they will survive. I have that belief. They will.
I
What's
feel like
the
there's
reason,
certain
Abdullah? What's the
teams
reason?
though
Okay.
that if they go
See,
down,
in
it's gonna
as
take.
much as they can play, they play Man City. Man City. You see, Man City. See, look, I'm very sure Norwich can beat Burnley, can beat Palace, Yes, they can with that free play attacking football. They can get point of
All
Palace,
right.
point of Burnley.
Right.
They can even beat Arsenal if cares not taken. They can even beat Arsenal. So they can get point
Arsenal and
of these
Leicester.
small teams and get themselves together. See, all what Newcastle Norwich need is just one win. If they can get that win together and get themselves together, they will survive. They will.
What's the magic requirement of points? 30,
For
It's around
38?
40.
40 points,
40.
40.
It's 40, yeah.
40
I thought it
points.
used to be 37 or
No,
38.
40
No, it's
points.
increased. Now.
Okay,
It's
let's
40.
just call it 40. I think go up the table, Abdullah. I want to say something. The reason why I don't think Brentford would go down is because they're already 1/8 of the way there. I feel like that's why
you can
you
easily go on
see
a
people
five,
people
six
often
game losing
people
streak.
often dismiss like the first 5 games. They're like, oh no, it's too early. Well, if you come out of the first 5 games with like 8 points, 7 points, you're well on your way to staying in the league if you're a new team. I feel like Brentford is having the type of start that Leeds had when they first came up. Remember?
Yes, and I think the reason I said Norwich will come up is if Norwich face Burnley, they can beat Burnley. If Norwich face Palace, they can get point off Palace. If Norwich face let me say Wolf, they can get point off Wolf. So Norwich
What?
can yeah
Wolves.
yes
Wolves play way better football than them. They
yes
will wipe them across.
I know they can
They can take points of us as well. Obviously, they
They
can
can
take
take
points
point of
of
Arsenal.
PSG
Exactly.
as well.
This big team that you guys are saying, they can even get point of Chelsea or Man or
Yes,
Liverpool.
No, they can't. No, 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 no,
No,
no,
no,
no, no,
anyone
no,
can.
no, no,
Scunthorpe,
no, no, no.
Scunthorpe can beat Chelsea.
Huh?
No, they
Wrexham
can't.
can
No,
beat
they
Chelsea.
can't. No, they
Josh,
can't.
You see
No, they
this,
see,
you
can't.
see,
you see,
guys, what you
Josh,
guys are
Abdullah,
see,
Abdullah,
what you guys
Josh
are
isn't,
forgetting is
Josh isn't on your side. He's trolling you. He's being
what
I'm
you
not.
sarcastic.
I'm
guys
being
are
serious.
forgetting, guys.
In a
What you
different.
guys are
No,
forgetting
man.
is you see this small team. I hate to face them, Imal. I hate it because they are in the relegation battle. They don't want to go down. I hate to face them, so I don't want to face them because you know when you're facing them, it's when you get your hopes off, and they get you down.
Abdullahi, don't worry. We've never lost to. We've never lost to Norwich as long as I can
Do you
remember.
know? Do you know what
And
is called first time before? It happens.
yes, but it won't happen. And they're not West Brom, so we don't have to worry.
They have to worry. Okay, we'll come back and revisit this. You see, this Norwich people and this kind of relegation team, I hate to face them in my life because I'm always very
Norwich.
worried when I face them. When they're relegated, they know they're gonna get relegated. Oh my god in heaven.
You should be more worried about the Newcastles, the Brightons,
I'm
the
not worried about
Palace.
Newcastle,
You should
and
be
I'm not
more
worried
worried
about
about them
Brighton.
ones than
See,
Norwich
Brighton,
and
Newcastle,
Watford.
I'm not worried. You can beat them.
We can beat Brighton.
Yeah, we can.
Wait. Do you feel that we're more likely to beat Brighton than Norwich?
Yeah, we're more likely to be better than Norwich. Yeah.
Abdullah,
Yeah,
end
because
the stream.
Yes, because no, I'm being serious. See, Norwich is a relegation team, but what you guys are forgetting that in that when there's a relegation, they want to give their life to it. You don't this relegation team.
no,
I
but
hate
they'll
to
still
face
lose.
them.
They'll still lose. Look what Man City did to them. Come on.
Yeah, see,
Hey, Abdullah,
I,
last year, Sheffield United, they were in the relegation for the whole season. They were still losing. You can be in there and say, I want to get out.
it's
You will
not
still
possible
lose.
for a team to lose, and they won't win. It's not possible. Like,
They
you
did it
can't
last.
explain.
Look, we already saw them getting relegated. We already saw them relegated.
Wait,
So
wait,
it
wait,
will
wait.
happen
That's
again.
possible. Wasn't it 2 seasons ago where Sheffield only got like 1 win
Yep.
or 2 wins and they
It was
got
last season, I
relegated?
swear.
Is it two
Last
wins or
season,
three
right?
wins?
Yeah.
That's
They
it.
only got like 1 win.
They beat United. They beat who did they beat again? They beat I think Arsenal or somebody else.
No, they
They,
didn't
I,
beat us. Arsenal
I
did.
think they beat United.
They only
They
got
beat
Yeah, they beat
1 win.
United.
I'm forgetting the team they
That's
beat.
what
I
I'm
think they
saying.
have 2 wins or how many
No,
wins
no,
this
no.
time.
But Abdullah, look at it. You have to be realistic when you look at this. The thing with Norwich is they attack so much to the point. See, Leeds attack, but their attacking has a purpose. Their high intensity way of attacking is to attack so much and keep possession of the ball so much that when you get the ball, you haven't had it all game, so you don't know what to do with it, and they can easily press you and win the ball back. Norwich, they overcommit players. they attack even if they were leading 1-0, they would still be attacking as if like there's 2 minutes left in the game and they need to score a goal. Their players are out of position. They have this like freestyle. I don't know if you guys ever. I hate comparing real football to like FIFA, but I don't know if you guys ever played like the old school FIFAs. On the formation screen, there used to be this tactical tweak known as freestyle, where your players would be fluid. They would take up any position. Norwich have a German manager.
Yeah.
He tries to do that, and oftentimes he fails, and they end up losing games.
But we'll see though. That's my choice. That's why I choose. We'll see though. We'll see. So, guys, next week is return of the Premier League. Finally, international football is over. I can have peace of mind. Now, next week is the return of the Premier League, and it's the return of the man himself, the man of the man, one of the great players in world football. You call him Cristiano
He's gonna get
Ronaldo.
injured by
Orororo.
themselves.
He's getting 20 goals. Oh,
He's
He's
gonna
speaking
get
of
injured.
which,
He's
no,
gonna
no.
get
Speaking
injured
of
by
which, speaking
Lascelles.
of which,
guys, he's
speaking
gonna
of
get
which,
his
wait,
head beat.
Abdullah,
He's gonna get
Abdullah.
injured by
Speaking of which,
Lascelles.
speaking of which, Blue Ice. You saw
Yes.
when Portugal were losing, and he scored those two goals in the last stages of the game. You know the first things that popped up into my head?
What?
You, Eric, who else? NK Dons, Emmy, all of you guys that were saying he's not gonna get 20 goals. The guy scored 2 goals in the space of 4 minutes.
Just imagine.
Trust me, man.
And United's
Imagine
gonna get
imagine
United
him
get cheap
against like
penalties.
Norwich.
He's gonna stat pad the goals.
Listen, he's gonna stat pad. Just people, you guys are
Watford,
looking at it like he's gonna look.
Newcastle.
He can easily have a game where he scores 3 goals. He could have 3 games like that. Newcastle, Norwich. Trust me, he'll hit 20. Factor in
12
penalties.
to 15. No, no.
It's a
Bruno
slight tackle
Fernandez
there.
isn't taking any. Who takes penalties for the national team?
Ronaldo.
Ronaldo.
12
Bruno
to 15.
Fernandez isn't taking any penalties.
Fernandes.
1, 2, 1, 5. 12 to 15. That's his range. That's his range of goals
Guys,
for next
I
season.
want to see.
1
I
to
want
1,
to
5.
guys. I want to see Ronaldo versus Lukaku in the EPL again. I want that head to head back again. I want that fight between them again. It's been happening in Serie A and I love it. I want it back in EPL.
There's no fight now.
Abdullah, when you
No,
say
I'm
things
talking
like
about
that,
challenges.
when you say things like that, it makes it come across as if there's competition between them. I don't think Lukaku is in the realm of Ronaldo.
It's not in the realm of Ronaldo. I'm
Yeah,
talking
it's not.
about. I'm
This
not.
is
I'm
a
not
clear
saying
vibe.
Ronaldo.
Even
I'm not
even
saying.
Lukaku spoke about it. Lukaku
Yes,
said
I'm not even saying
he doesn't
Lukaku is
want to
in the
be.
realm. He's not in the realm of Ronaldo. But what I'm talking about is, I would love that competition to come up again because people actually respect Lukaku a lot. He has not been given the respect he deserves. So I want him to get that respect. Imagine Lukaku came in his first season and won the EPL ahead of Ronaldo. So what will people say? So and he needs to get that respect he deserves. He's been disrespected a lot.
It's a team game. So I think we'll
I
win.
know it's a team game. But I can assure you something. Lukaku will score goals in those. It will start part in those small teams. It will.
Lukaku might not hit 20.
Yeah, the
It
thing
might.
is, but the thing is, in the last 3 seasons,
12 to 15 goals maximum. Oh,
the
Lukaku.
teams that
No,
have won,
Lukaku
yeah,
is going to do 18 to 20. Lukaku, 18 to 20.
yeah. We create more chances than them.
And guys, please, I'm begging Thomas Tuchel, Jorginho, don't play penalty again. Please, I'm begging you in the name of God, please. You are losing so much penalty. And in as much as I like you, Jorginho, please, Lord in heaven, if you have a penalty, just give it to either Lukaku or Timo Werner, please, or somebody.
Timo,
Or even give it to Mason Mount. I would not mind.
yeah, Mount, yeah.
Give it to Mount. I will not mind. But
But
Jorginho,
not,
I am done with this your skip and penalty. I'm done. Please don't give me hypertension. Please. Please. If you give it to Mount, I won't even get angry. I will endorse Mount, please. But we have the actual number 9 now. Give it to Romelu Lukaku. He is a number 9. He's a goal scorer. I give it to him. Please.
Oh,
Give it to me.
Abdullah, you know this Premier League, Champions League next week as well.
I know.
Next week Tuesday.
Hmm.
So yeah,
So we're gonna be doing the
get
watch
ready for
along.
that.
We're gonna. Oh my God! So, who
Yeah,
are we
there's a
playing
lot. There's a
first?
lot coming
Are
up.
we playing Juventus first or Zenit? Who are we playing first?
I think we're playing Malmo. Wait, no.
Who are we playing? Cancel. Let
I
me
think we're
check.
playing Malmo first.
We play Malmo first. When do
I
we
think
play Juventus?
we're playing Juventus on the second game week.
Second game. That's around October. Is that around October?
No, I think it's the end of September.
End of September.
Yeah. No. Yeah, we have Zenit first. We have Zenit first.
Zenit first.
Yeah, Zenit, then Juventus, Malmo, Zenit, then Juventus last. I think.
Wow. So Juventus is in Stamford Bridge or in Turin? The first one. The first one is what? Is it in Turin or Stamford Bridge?
Check. Ooh.
Oh, we're going to Russia. Zenit, St. Petersburg. Okay. We're going to Russia. We're going to Russia. Okay. So I'll be able to set. I want to set up the stream like for the watch and log and for the post match. So I'll be able to know how to set it up. I'll be able to know how to set it up. So I'll be able to know how to set it up. So guys, next week is the return of the Premier League and the return of
Wait, is that our Sam? Which Sam is that? Samuel or Sam?
Sam.
Samuel?
It's the return, guys. It is the return of. It's the return of.
I miss you, bro.
Don't worry, it's worthless. Don't worry.
It's the return of Ronaldo, guys.
Okay, I'm finally here.
Guys,
Sam,
next week.
stay backstage.
Next week,
stay after we go offline.
Next week, it is the return of the best player in world football, one of the great players in world football, and his full official debut against Newcastle United. His name is Cristiano Ronaldo. We call him Ororo. Ororo. I cannot wait to watch that match. I will sit on my couch and be like, let me see how Ronaldo plays. I'm not gonna say anything. I just want to enjoy and watch. But it's gonna hurt me because he's a United player.
So Abdullah, you're telling me that you're a Ronaldo fanboy now?
I've been saying it. Don't you hear me when I said it? It's my favorite player. I grew up idolizing Ronaldo. He's my favorite player. I grew up back in Africa idolizing him. So that's how much I appreciate him as a footballer.
I mean, then he kind of sus because all I see is a talent for advertising underwear and Botox, So I don't know what you're talking about.
In as much as I love Conte, I also love Conte too because he's one of my favorite players. But Ronaldo, I watch him. I grew up watching him.
Fair enough.
Yeah, I grew up watching him.
So what's the club? Is it Ronaldo's debut? Is that what we're talking about right now?
No, we already talked about most of the topic. We talked about Sane swap deal with ZH, Werner, Odoi, or Pulisic. We also talk about Ronaldo's Alidali record. After that, we also talk. What do we talk about again? We talked about. Guys, remind me. We talk about Argentina versus Brazil, the man that they called off. So, and when everybody was speaking, then we ran it up with the Premier League title. Who's going to win the Premier League? Top 4, the relegation battle. And that's it. So our Champions League is going to be Zenit.
Ask Sam. Did you ask Sam?
Oh, Sam. Firstly,
yeah, I guess.
Let me just do the round up for you. Firstly, if you're Chelsea board, will you be happy? One of ZH, Timo Werner, Callum Hudson-Odoi, or Christian Pulisic for Leroy Sané? 2 minutes. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, okay, no worries. So I mean, Leroy Sané, we all know how talented the player is, right? especially on the left wing. We know what he can do. It's just at Man City, I think over time, or that 1 year, I guess he was frozen out, and then he had that injury. So I think what he needs is he needs the like proper coaching and a better environment. And I thought Bayern Munich would provide that for him, but unfortunately not. So if Bayern decide that the Sane project that they're trying to do there is not going to work, I think it makes sense. Obviously they have an interest in Callum Hudson-Odoi, maybe Pulisic as well. I'm not sure, but one of those two, I think, yeah. Because for me, right, as long as Tuchel thinks he can make a player better, I'm always going to trust him to do so. We saw him do it with Rudiger, with with Jorginho, with basically half of the starting XI right now. So as long as Tuchel thinks he can develop him, I'm behind the move, and that's why I'm excited for the Saul move as well, because I do believe Tuchel sees something in him. The Saul of old, the guy who could like shoot from long range, decent technical ability, that kind of thing. So yeah, man, as long as it's TT behind the deal, I'm okay with it. So what's the next question?
Next question is we talked about Ronaldo Alidale record. How impressive are you after him breaking the record? And where do you rank him in world football?
Abdullahi, I'll reiterate this again. You need to understand something, bro. Ronaldo is more of he's just been discovering countries, like 60-70% of the games he's been playing. Latvia, freaking Azerbaijan,
Are you telling me Ronaldo is discovering Afghanistan, Baghdad?
Basically Christopher Columbus. So I'll give him
Cristiano Ronaldo 3, Kabul 0.
Man, that's deep.
So you guys are weird. So you're telling me Ronaldo is discovering a new country, Afghanistan, Baghdad?
Look, man, Ronaldo's playing against Moldova, Malta, those kind of countries. Of course he is.
Did you just say Malt? Malta, Guinness, or High Malt?
Malta,
yeah, bro,
Malta,
that's how it is.
The country, Malta.
Malta.
I know. There's a country.
No.
I just want to be sure.
Abdullahi, I'm sorry, but this guy is stripping naked because he scored a brace against Ireland, Guinness FC. I mean, look, he's shameless. Okay, to be honest, I don't put any weight on this record. Good for him. I guess it strokes his ego even more, but it's not a big deal in my opinion. Yeah. So next topic was the Premier League top 4 and relegation top 3.
Relegation 3, and who is the Premier League title?
Oh, okay. Yeah, I'll start with relegation, right? And I think let's see. So Norwich is a shout. I think Norwich might come 20th. Norwich might come. Wait, just give me a second.
News flash: Norwich will survive. That's a news flash. Yeah.
And you know our boys Arsenal in 18th. No, 19th.
Sam, if Arsenal go to relegation, my lord and heaven. My days.
It's looking that way.
That is a new. See, if Arsenal go to relegation, I would just gonna sit on my couch and be like this.
Abdullahi,
I wouldn't know what to say.
I don't see how
if Arsenal get relegated, man. I will never let Arsenal fans rest. Oh my god.
Some of them, they will commit suicide. Most of them will commit suicide.
Marvelous. Basically, just relax because I think we value lives on this channel. I think that's a big deal, right? And
guys, I value lives, so relax. Black lives matter. I value.
Yeah, exactly. And a lot of black people support Arsenal, so Black Lives Matter.
A lot of people is gonna collapse. Most of them will even collapse.
Exactly.
The
funny thing about Arsenal fans is they're so deluded. If they were in the relegation zone on the last day and they needed 3 points to avoid being relegated, and let's say they were playing like Liverpool or City on the last day, they would be so fired up like they're gonna be able to get the 3 points when they know damn well They know
Marvelous.
damn well they're gonna lose. Arsenal fans. No, no, Abdullah. That's what I was saying about Norwich. Their manager, the way he plays, he's been their manager for the last 4 or 5 seasons.
Good
The way
point.
he plays is very. When they go to the championship, they destroy the championship because they attack, 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 attack. Any team that attack, 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 attack in the championship, they always do well. But you can't
Fact.
translate it to the Premier League without some structure. They lack the structure.
And not
If
only the
if he
structure,
can if
Marvelous,
he can
they
yeah, go
also
ahead,
lack the
Sam.
quality of player to do
Yeah,
that.
they
So
also
that
they also lack yeah, that's true. That's true, but if you have some structure, you can have bad players and still make it work. I don't know if you get the point I'm making, Abdullah. If you
yeah,
have bad players but you have a structure, okay, even though we attack a lot, when we lose the ball in the offensive phase, this is the shape I want you guys to take. That can help you at least some of these games where you would lose 2-0 or 2-1, it could be a 2-2 draw.
I just have the belief that they'll pull two. That's my belief.
Norwich? No, no, no. I don't
Yeah.
think so, man. I
I
think
have that belief
Norwich,
they'll pull two.
Arsenal, obviously, and Watford. Because like I'm just looking at their outgoings and the squad they're building. It doesn't look good. It's just they're just going down. They're built to go down again. So
So
that's what
who will win the Premier League?
I'll start from fourth position.
Who will
So
win the Premier League? Who will win the Premier League?
I mean, I'll start from fourth position. I'm telling you right now.
Mm-hmm.
Liverpool in fourth. Who else? Okay, so Liverpool in fourth.
Mm-hmm.
Manchester United. Nah. I'll say Man City in third. Chelsea in second. Manchester United first.
Is that reverse psychology?
Abdullahi, look, just take it. That's what I said. It is what it is. I don't know if there's juju behind it. That's
We
for
will
the future
we
to
will we'll
interpret.
revisit this back later because I have a different prediction for my top
No,
four.
no, Abdullahi, but they have the goat. They have the goat. United have the goat, right? So the undisputed.
We also have the goal too. So what are you telling? We have a proper number 9 now. So
Abdullahi, but he's still the goat.
it's not the goal for
Man.
me. Ronaldo is not the goat. I'm sorry, he is
Wait,
not.
wait,
No
who's
World
the
Cup.
GOAT? Who's the GOAT? Abdullah.
Pele, Maradona. Those are the
Oh my
goat.
god. Why are you guys talking about Pele? I've never seen any footage of Pele, man.
Marvelous.
Can,
The footage
can
I've seen of
somebody
that
find me
playing.
some Pele footage?
So I've seen. So who cares? Pele, Ronaldo.
Marvelous,
Because
marvelous.
Pele, I
The
know
footage
Pele,
I've
Pele
seen
used to play in backyards. He used to go to people's backyards and
and
score
score against their
1,000
grandchildren.
goals. Score against
Yeah.
their
Marvelous. Respect grandpa. Respect grandpa.
Marvelous, marvelous. The only footage I've seen of Pele play is him chasing his touch and like completely bricking it. So
There's
Pele
no
for
Pele
me,
footage, man. Pele has a huge asterisk.
facts. Nah.
Relax.
Pele is he's just like a myth, bro. I don't know to believe it or not. So you
Relax.
know.
Relax. Relax. So guys, so our Champions League match is against Zenit. Zenit who again? Who is the second match in the UCL? Because I want to schedule it so I'll be able to.
So the second match day for Chelsea.
Is it Juventus?
Let me check quick. Yeah, Juve. So it's Juve.
So
It's
is
Zenit,
it
Juve,
is it
Malmo.
Turin or in Stamford Bridge?
It's in Torino.
So is it Turin first?
Yeah.
Wow. So let me schedule it. So we're playing Juventus second Champions League. Our first one is Zenit St. Petersburg. Okay.
Yeah, and then
Because
Malmo. And then
Malmo.
Malmo.
You should go through though. So
Pretty easy group, man.
I will schedule it today or tomorrow because I want to schedule this Champions League down. I want to schedule it down. I want everything to be ready. So we'll do a watch along and a post match.
Yo, Abdullahi, but I have how's Lukaku looking for you, man?
Man, I
Like
was impressed
scoring.
with him today. Lukaku look real good today.
Yeah, you see, Luke, right? He scores, and like he's just such a complete striker now. It's actually crazy how much the guy's matured. Because I remember, when he there was an interview he did before he joined Inter Milan, and he was talking about how he hated playing with his back to goal. Right? He's saying that he just hated it. But as soon as he embraced something that he was uncomfortable doing, he might just be the world's best hold-up striker. I don't know. He might, because what I'm seeing from Lukaku on whenever he plays, he's always setting it up for his teammates. Like, I mean, that third goal for Belgium, picture perfect, man. For a striker,
Ah,
like as
from
in build up
Hazard
play
to Lukaku to
to whatever the dude's name was.
Saliminac.
So it's like he's just developed so much, and it's like, and I also use this as a life lesson. Like, even though you're uncomfortable doing something,
How
or you
was how is
or you
Eden
think it's
Hazard? How
He
did
played
he
very well.
perform?
He plays so well.
Zard lived, marvelous.
Fantastic
Zard
one.
lived. Zard lived. Yeah, he got a G today. He G'd up. No, but
He plays so
Lukaku was
well.
involved in every single goal, right? In the Zard goal, in the that dude's goal, and in his own goal. So yeah, Lukaku's complete, man.
Chelsea for life.
Amazing.
See, I'm worried when there's AFCON. AFCON is next year. I'm worried because of
I
the
mean,
traveling.
look at Liverpool.
Because
Abdullah,
of the
look at
traveling.
Liverpool.
Mhm.
Look at Liverpool.
Oh my, Naby
They've
Keita,
got.
Salah, Mane. Oh my God in heaven.
I mean, just Salah alone, that's a big loss. And then you have a lack of depth because these guys, they don't really like outside of Jota, Salah, Firmino, and Mane. There's just no other depth that I could think. Like they're going to be relying on Elliot, you know. So good luck, man, Elliot and Jota. So good luck to Liverpool. They're in a sticky situation. But for us, I
So
mean,
guys,
Ziyech is probably going to go
like
right.
the page, subscribe, like the channel, subscribe. Chat, guys, it is back. Champions League is back, guys. Send us that super chat, guys. We're back next week for the UCL. You said that's a big night. I enjoy UCL a lot because it's a big night. So there's gonna be a watch along for the UCL and the post match. So make sure you guys join. It's gonna be a big one. I'm ready for this year UCL. This year we're ready. We're right. Big Room is here. Big Room live. So like David, subscribe. Like David, subscribe. Like David, subscribe. Peace out. Nice. Peace.